Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 3 of the Coconut Groves Arts Festival's 61st year. It's a Monday morning, President's Day. Good morning. This is
Good
Carla
morning.
Bank. Say
Hi.
hi, Carla.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ed. How are you?
Good morning. Everything good?
Ed
Another
wearing
beautiful day.
his fresh Heat jersey
Yeah.
out here. Beautiful day.
Represent.
And we have not only beautiful artwork behind us here, but a beautiful artist.
Thank
Hi,
you so
Carla.
much.
Carla
How are
Bank,
you?
correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Carla Bank from Mexico. How are you?
Her name already feels like she's an artist. Carla
Yeah.
Bank.
Carla
Right?
Bank.
It's like
Yeah.
it should be
Definitely.
like a famous name.
Yeah, famous name.
How are you, Carla?
famous in the show.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. I'm so happy to be here. This is
Oh.
like my 5th time in the show, or
wow.
6th time. So I always look forward to this show.
Oh, wow.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And how has been your experience so far this year?
I love it. I love this is a very well organized show. Great artist amenities, great amenities for the public, great food, great drinks. It's Miami full of color, so
Yeah.
it's always happy to be here.
Yeah, I mean, you have a beautiful painting.
Yeah,
here.
talking
Thank
about
you
full of
very
color.
How-
That's
Yeah.
How, number one, how do you do this? And
what material is
how
it?
did your career come about?
So I was always an artist since I was a little girl, because since I was in kindergarten, I just wanted to paint, to use my crayons, and like I wasn't good at other subjects. So so the teachers told me that I wasn't gonna be good for anything, because it's just like you're just doodling all day. So I guess I had it, and then being from Mexico, everything is color. Everything is about color,
True.
food, clothing. The people is everybody's happy and full of color. So when I came to the States, I was just the most difficult for I think the hardest thing for an artist is to find your niche, find your style.
Yeah.
Because you could be an artist, but you don't know where to go. So
something that defines you.
yeah, so for me it was color. Like I was, for me, just mixing colors and making them, placing them in a way that they're gonna be uplifting, make you happy. That was my goal.
That's amazing. Well, you accomplished that goal.
Oh,
It
thank
feels
you.
like happy art.
As
Thank
soon as
you.
we
Yeah,
saw it,
yeah,
as soon
yeah,
as we
yeah.
saw it, we got happy, right?
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
happy art.
thank you guys.
And
Yes.
it feels so symmetrical, but then
Yeah.
at the bottom, it feels messy.
Yes.
So
yes.
how is it that you get this to work? I
I-
assume you're dropping paint, or how does this work?
Yeah, so I guess that's my life. Like it's like an organized chaos. So this is basically an organized chaos. This was by. I used to paint everything by brush, like kind of very perfect, but I needed something else. I wanted texture, and this was basically an accident. One day I just fell asleep thinking how I'm gonna create something more, two-dimensional,
Unique, yeah.
three-dimensional, and then
Yeah, with some texture.
it was just I woke up and there was some drips there, and I'm like, oh my god, how can I make these drips longer? So I started to experimenting with other materials, and I started adding fishing line. So then I drip the paint using fishing line, and then the paint starts building like a stalactite.
Yeah.
So
So is that why it's so symmetrical up top? Because
Yes.
there's fishing line behind
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
That's
yes,
incredible.
Yes,
That's
yes,
incredible.
yes.
And,
And,
array of colors.
Yeah. And how much does something like this cost?
This is this piece is $5,000.
$5,000? Amazing.
But I have
amazing.
different sizes, so
Yeah.
they could start in $400. So I want to have art available for any
Yeah.
so
No.
you're starting to collect. And I have a piece in my booth that is $15,000.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So, and
You
it's
should
a
have brought that
huge
one.
piece. Yeah,
No.
right. It's like,
Moving that one around.
I couldn't carry it. Yes.
And what inspires you for when you said growing up in Mexico and seeing colors?
I think, well, first I used to live in Chicago, but after Mexico, and everything is colder there. So, but my colors were always bright. But
Yeah.
once I moved now I'm based in Fort Lauderdale, and just being in Miami, being in Fort Lauderdale, it just just waking up to see all this culture,
Yeah.
that keeps me
Inspires
very
you.
very inspired. Yes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, first, when I was young, one of my first loves was art. And when I was like in elementary school, I wanted to be for whatever reason, I wanted to be an artist. And then that quickly went away when I found out that you supposedly don't make money off of it. So I was like,
That's
okay,
a myth.
never mind. So to young artists out there that want to do art and they see this festival and they see people like you, what type of advice would you provide someone that's chasing the dream?
So I think maybe people see art like oh, you're just having it's like a great hobby. It's more. Some people see it as a hobby, and oh, she must have a great life because she's painting happy all day. No, you have to wake up. Like I wake up at 7 a.m. and I start with marketing, emailing customers. If I have a show, follow up with clients, always being in social media. Shipping. Like I have to. A lot of my paintings go in crates, so find the right. The best quote to ship. A big painting.
Yeah.
You have to be you have to be negotiate with people.
You have to be an entrepreneur and
you
artist.
have
an artist.
In order to be successful with it.
Yes. If you can do it, like it's like everything. When you put your heart and your heart and hard work, you can make it happen.
And how long did it take you to find your way, like your art style? How long did it take that? And then also, if you can express, how long does something like this take to create?
Yeah,
so
question.
I love that question. So I always I did many different styles, but I always had a lot of color. So I used to do a lot of figurative painting or the typical landscapes, fruits, but it was very nice. It was like therapy, but it wasn't my call.
Yeah.
So then I started doing shows in 2010, and basically the clientele guides you. Like, oh my God, I like this piece. Can you make it bigger? Can you make it this? Can you make it? So I started going more to a geometric style, doing a lot of like patterns, and then I started with lines, and I found my call there. But it took me a while.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you started art at what age, and then?
Age since I was
since you were little.
Doodling.
Doodling.
At what age did you start saying, okay, I can make money with this?
Make money
monetizing it.
when I came to the States and I started visiting, because I moved I used to live in Cancun. So I used to, when I moved here, because I met my husband in Cancun, Mexico. So he's from Chicago.
Oh, wow.
So I moved to Chicago.
I love Chicago.
So he went on vacation and came back with a wife.
Yes. The story, like somebody jokes at me, like, oh, so he went to Senor Frogs and found it.
Yeah.
I'm like, exactly there. Yes,
For
I
real?
was working at, Senor
Oh,
Frogs.
Wow.
I've been to Senor Frogs.
Yeah.
It's
Who hasn't,
famous.
right?
Yeah.
So we met there. Yeah.
You were talking about this being one of the best, if not the best festival. What other artists have you seen that you're like, wow, that's amazing, or something that you hadn't seen before, or you like really like?
You know what? This is a great community, and it's a very, very like the ranking of this show. Like, it's one of the best shows in the country. So you start knowing the same. A lot of the artists that get accepted to this show, because we have to go through a jury process.
Yeah.
So there's like the quality, keeps getting better and better every year. So your tribe, because you see them in every, like I can see them today here, and then we'll go to Park City in Utah, and then I'm gonna see them. So you start.
You see them at the good ones.
You see them, yes, and you see them more than you see your family, because this
wow.
is we're traveling, we're in the studio. And then we're traveling, so we see the same people.
We were talking about that, me and him. Like, we've seen each other for 3 days, and he's like, I need to go home to my wife, and like, I haven't seen my kids either. It's just been me and him.
Yeah.
So we can understand the grind.
How long does something like this take for you to create? Like, más o menos?
Something like this takes me for like a month to make.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I have to build my drips. So, but I don't work only in one piece. I work in multiple pieces at the same time, because they need to dry. So I have I start one, and then I move to the next one.
And I have to wait.
This is what, acrylic?
I make my paint. I use pigments. I use polymers. I use different mediums.
Because it's lightweight.
Yes.
It's not that heavy.
Yes.
And there is a nice
has
texture.
yeah.
And it feels like it's very durable.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel cheap.
My material gets really, really hard, so it won't it won't break.
That won't chip? Those little chips?
No
way.
No. I mean, if you grab a hammer,
of
yes, you're gonna break it.
But if you just si se le pega la pared, algo
no.
así. Oh,
And when it's hot right now, so it gets softer. But once it's in it's in your home with air condition, it gets really hard. So
that is amazing.
Yeah,
Even the drips seem calculated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're so perfect. They're symmetrical. Like it's
it's
organized.
Yes.
It's organized chaos.
Organized
yeah,
chaos.
exactly.
That's
that's
to be like
true.
your brand, organized chaos.
Right. Yeah.
I'm always curious as I'm a marketing guy.
Oh, here it comes.
Marketing sales, and you have your booth, and you mentioned it earlier.
What booth is it, by the way?
It's 819 and 820. It's a double booth.
820.
So you have the double booth.
Yes.
So then, how is it when you see a customer come in? Is there a moment where you realize this person's gonna buy art? Like,
you can tell.
You see the moment where they fall in love with the painting?
Yes.
And guide me through that,
Yeah. So you have tons of people that walk into your booth. you get a lot of questions of how do you make it's like you kind of know when somebody's interested, they stare at the art in a different way. I don't know, like maybe like all the artists you can tell like and they the way they stand in front of the painting and the way they look at it and they admire it and they don't ask questions like it's so funny. They don't care how you do it. They love it and they want it in their space. Right. It's so funny because it's less questions of the people that is gonna buy.
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of them, they don't want you to bother them. Like they'll look at it and then they'll wait. And if you approach them, they're like no, like let me breathe.
Yeah.
And then if you start then if they're interested, they'll be like, okay, tell me about the piece.
The art is like speaking to them. Like
Yes.
There's a connection with the art.
Yeah.
Do you have like people who buy a lot of art from you? Like is there
yeah. Like we have good collectors, and because most of us we go all over the country. So when you come back to the show, a lot of times we come back every year to the same show, or sometimes not every year because sometimes we don't get accepted in the same shows. And then, your collectors come back and they bring friends or they want a second piece.
This is kind of a stupid question, but do you guys offer like financing? Is that something that's done here in this world
or
no?
It's so funny because they don't ask, like a lot of clients, they don't ask
buy.
for finance, but I will
offer.
Do.
You guys offer it, like if you...
No, I don't offer it. But if a client tells you, okay, like I want it, a lot of commissions, we don't charge full price. Like we do a deposit. And then I always show my clients when I'm making a commission, it's always I get FaceTime a lot with my clients. So okay, I'm at this point. Do you like it? So sometimes you add more purples and then and then they can send other payments. But there's some people that custom. I love custom work because you establish a great relationship with your client and they're very happy because you're doing what they want.
And do you ever have like the other format where you see someone who really loves the art, and has it ever happened to you that you're like, you know what, I know you're a good person, etc. I'm just gonna give this to you. How often does that happen? Like you just want to give your art out?
It doesn't happen too often, but sometimes you get the connection, and you're like, sometimes people even cry. When it depends. I mean, in different.
Yeah, of course.
Like it reminds me. Like I have another body of work that I bring to other shows because this show I brought my mixed media, but I have another type of work that they, sometimes, oh my God, this reminds me of my whatever, somebody. And then when I see that they, sometimes I'm like, you know what, just take this.
Take it. And I'm sure you feel like...
But it's all about feeling, Art is all about feeling. And when you see that feeling, then you're like...
I can feel the energy from you. You feel like a good person.
Yeah. Because we all love what we do. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. Because, it's a lot of work to be all over the country.
She brings sunshine in her yellow dress.
She does.
Thank you so much.
I was just before you go, what is mixed? I saw it on the itinerary and everything. And what does mixed media mean?
When you use different materials.
Gotcha.
Like you can do like mine is not only paint. I add the fishing. Like you
it
start
has
mixing.
A shine to it as well.
You start mixing stuff. Then
mixy medians.
Yes, because there's acrylics, oils,
Gotcha.
Mixed media. Fiber.
I'm just curious about the term because I saw it next to your name. That was interesting.
How tough is it to get acrylic off your hands when you're working and stuff like that?
Oh, if you see my nails are horrible. My feet have paint all over.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm
always
saying. That's tough too, right? Because you're working.
Like always, if you can find in my body.
A true artist is always full of paint.
Yes.
That's great. That's awesome. And Mexico City is home, right?
Yes. No. Fort Lauderdale is home.
Fort Lauderdale, but you're from Mexico.
Yeah,
Do
Mexico
you have
City.
something of like a series you've done of Mexico or anything like that?
No, it's just my colors and
The colors just represent that.
My colors and
because I'm Cuban American, I would love to see like something like done like for my house.
There's a lot of
with
Cuban
colors.
artists here that they're amazing.
Yeah.
They're the best. For me, they're the best artists.
Me, you're the best out here. You're amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Eddie, you have anything else?
I think we're good.
We're good.
I learned a lot from you, Carla. That was really impressive.
Carla, real quick, Carla Bank is here. What is your booth again?
819 and 820.
819 and 820. Come visit her. She has an amazing artwork, and she has all prices, so not just
yes.
not
all
just the
tax.
fancy one. Thank you so much for being here, and you are a ray of sunshine here today.
Thank you very much.
At Coconut Grove. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carla.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, over here at Coconut Grove Arts Festival, day 3. We got another special guest, a hospitality guru, one of my best friends, mentor, everything. Angel Febres.
Febres.
How is it? Febres?
Where's that last name
Febres.
from?
Febres. Say what's up, Angel. Say how are you? How's everything?
How's everybody doing? Coconut Grove Arts Festival.
Oh, we're doing great. This is our day 3. We're not drinking mojitos this morning because the last 2 days have been lit. Oh, water spilling over there. Look, champ. Champ. There you go. It's just water. Make sure his iPad doesn't get wet. Angel's little son is over there.
He'll be good.
It's okay. It's just water.
Over here.
There you go. There you go. iPad saved, Bobby. You're good. Look how he looks at you.
He looks like he's having a great time here.
Yeah, no, he's just cool. Look, hey, watch out. Oh, he wants to put it on. Go ahead.
Let's go.
He wants to hear Bobby talk. Put him on there.
You're the youngest.
Que lindo, bro. Make sure it's nice and tight on him, Ed. You can hear me, Bobby? You're good? What's his name, Angel?
Macho.
Macho, can you hear me? All right, Bobby.
Yeah.
There you go. You hang out with us, okay?
You can listen there, okay?
Angel, let everybody know what kind of stuff you do in hospitality, brother, before I say it.
Oof. Started nightclub promotions, young, 24, 25, when we used to.
I remember. I used to work for you in the club promotion.
We
Smack
did it for a long
Entertainment.
time. Yeah. Big shout outs
There
to
you go.
Mo, Conrad, Bill Spector.
The Four Horsemen, Ed. You don't know about the Four Horsemen because we're 10 years older than you.
Yeah.
But these are guys that I used to work with.
Is that really what they call them, the Four Horsemen?
No, Smack Entertainment.
Oh.
And each
I
letter.
like the name, the Four
yeah,
Horsemen, though.
Each letter had a special meaning. But it was the 90s, the early 2000s. These guys and our team was the hottest, you know?
When Miami Beach was real.
When Miami Beach was real. Elaborate a little bit about what the beach was like back in the day and what it is now, primo.
Oof. We probably had somewhere between 35 and 40 nightclubs.
Damn.
All going on special nights. Every night was a special night.
And now Miami Beach is down to 4 nightclubs.
Is he all right over there? He's good.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But like
What's
when I
up
was
with that?
when I was young, I used to go to like the mansions and like the I forgot the club
Roomy,
names,
Crowbar.
The one down. Which one was the one that had the horse hanging? It was on 5th Avenue. When you walk into the left, it was like white. When you came right off the highway, right when you were entering the beach, it was across the Burger King. Man, I forgot that
I
place.
remember that one.
Luke's.
No.
It started as Luke's,
It
right?
started
Something else
as
after.
Luke's.
As
yeah.
Luke's.
Yeah.
Angel, what? Tell people now what you owe currently.
Yeah, it's off.
Right now we have Foxhole open. We reopened back up after a 3-year
I remember.
renovation, thanks to Derm and
Really?
grease traps. Yeah.
Damn.
So,
That sounds
Those
like
goddamn grease traps.
oh my God, what a
Yeah.
nightmare.
That's crazy.
But
yeah?
we're back open. We have Casa Tiki in Little Havana.
Oh wow.
We have Yaya Coastal Cuisine on 79th Street on the water.
that
it's
place
off,
is
it's off.
awesome.
Yeah.
Macho chiming in over there.
And we are in the process of construction, 8,000 square foot Drunken Dragon in Hollandale.
Oh wow! So the dragon is back.
Dragon will be back. It's going to be 5,000 square foot restaurant, 3,000 square foot lounge.
Brother, you had these little like crispy rice. It's like the first time I ever tried them was at Drunken Dragon. One of the best things I've ever tried in my life.
Brother, that
Oh,
place
that's
you
great.
had a good run though, right?
Hey,
Wow.
Great run.
We did 10 years in Miami Beach, and anybody
remember.
that knows restaurants in Miami Beach,
Wait, Macho. Yo, can we pull the plug on the
No,
the
it's
thing
already
there?
it's pulled. He's just
Oh,
projecting
okay.
his voice.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We gotta hear Bobby. All right.
yeah. So, after a 10-year run in Miami Beach and all the changes in Miami Beach, we decided to close.
So, anyways, Angel, I went to Dragon all the time, bro. It had a nice vibe to it.
Incredible.
Um,
Incredible vibe, incredible food. Our menu was,
A lot of people copied you
yeah.
from that
Yeah.
that menu. And why did it close, bro?
After a 10-year run in Miami Beach, if we were like in your top 3, top 4 restaurants with all of the new hospitality groups coming down to Miami Beach and to Miami, we kind of fell, to like your 15 or 20 top restaurant.
Yeah.
And we had incredible early business, but our late business was just not there anymore since all the nightclubs have closed down in Miami Beach.
Yeah. You want to
That's
elaborate
incredible.
on what's happened? Well, why
Yeah.
is that, brother? Why were we so like? You look at back now and you're like, man, those are the
mean,
times.
Before you go into it, I think what happened was Miami Beach went away from like the locals, man. Like the locals don't go to Miami Beach anymore, and you have so many other areas that popped up as well too. So there's a
Yeah.
lot more competition now than before.
So when we promoted nightclubs in Miami Beach, there was no Hard Rock, there was no Brickell, there
Wynwood.
was no Wynwood, there was no Design District.
That's true.
So everybody would come, and now if you tell somebody, hey, let's go to Miami Beach, They
Yeah.
kind of look at you like you have 3 heads.
Yeah, it's true. It's
and
true.
you know what's crazy? It's only 40 minutes, 45 minutes, man. Like from where I live out in Kendall, but it's a 45-minute drive, you know.
We were talking at his restaurant Yaya's coastal cuisine there on the river, not on the river, on the seawall. And I told him, well, things changed already. Pretty more for us. I mean now because we're older, it's more like a little dinner, and then a little lounge spot like him where you can kind of just stay and have your drinks.
Yeah.
And if you think you can still party and turn up, you have that capability. So I think that's kind of what everybody's doing now. But like how you mentioned, there's just so many options now because there's Wynwood, there's
But when you say that, it's a really good point because people like now like more, at least what I see, that like loungy feeling, that loungy vibe more, you know. When you were young, you would go to these clubs and you're not even able to speak to each other. So you're just like
no, you would leave the house you would leave the house at midnight to get to the club. Now it's kind of like get there early, have dinner, and stay late, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's the point. A lot of our clientele at Drunken Dragon would have dinner at 10, 11 p.m. and then hit the nightclubs.
Yeah.
So we lost all that crowd.
Oh, because before we used to stay there.
Or turn around and go behind in the backside where Foxhole was.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I know that you ran and owned Racket in Wynwood.
Yes.
Okay.
A legendary nightclub there.
Great spot. One of the more, I think, successful spots that we had in Wynwood.
Yeah.
Always a good vibe. I love like that you had the pool tables, the little rooms inside around the area. I used to go out there and eat. You know, you used to do some collabs with another restaurant, a friend of mine, Omero Ganem. I'm not sure if you know him.
Yeah, of
he used
course.
to have a restaurant with Juan Pablo Ganem and them.
Yeah, Omero's family.
Yeah, good guy. I know his brother for years. You know, now he does art and everything. Omero was the one that used to get me into the clubs when we were underage. But and you told me earlier that obviously it's no longer there, it closed down. I want you to give me some feedback on what's happened with Wynwood because it's become so commercialized. It's not the Wynwood of old, and you're not the first person to tell me this. I'm sure you know Golden 305, the artist.
Yeah.
He has rallied against what's happening in Wynwood a lot, you know, and it's just turning into like a city now, you know.
Yeah, so look, what happens in a lot of these cities, first they bring the artists, then come the nightclubs and bars, and then come the developers and kind of, you know,
Push everybody out.
We had an 8-year run in Wynwood. It was an incredible run. You know, we even had a ton of help from our landlord, but developers coming in and closing the streets at night when people are supposed to be, you know, walking to the venue. Nobody was going to park 3 or 4 blocks down and walk to Racket.
For sure.
And the parking is just non-existent anymore. So, you know, basically what got happened is everybody got pushed out. Probably 15, 20 places have closed down in the last year.
Yeah, the construction is bad out there with the roads, especially.
Well, it was it was like twofold things because before you used to go to Wynwood Park and be able to bar hop. That's like barely happening anymore. No. The other thing was it was kind of like, you know, like dive bar style stuff where you're kind of like hanging out, you know. It was nothing like what the city was. And now all the level ground construction is windows. So there's no wall art anymore where you just stand and look at it. The old Wynwood has disappeared, you know, where we used to grow up. And that's another place where I think it's kicked out the locals and now it's just full of tourists.
It is, yeah. But construction is really what messed up our block. You know, you have people who were there before Racket, like Jonathan Wakefield, had to close down.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
Yeah. Dirty Rabbit's still there?
Dirty Rabbit's still there. You know, I think they were one of the only ones that were able to purchase the real estate. So they're their own landlord. So, you know, that's an incredible help to that team.
Angel, you being a restaurateur, what about your thoughts in the Grove? Maybe opening something here in the future? What are your thoughts on that?
You know, I've looked at a few venues here.
You got history here.
Yeah, no, we have a lot of history in the Grove since we had the 4 a.m. license in the Grove, you know, and I was back then.
I remember.
And we've looked at a few venues, but, you know, it's all got to make sense.
It does.
Restaurant business is real tough, as everybody knows.
Yeah, it's tough.
You know, the lease is one of the most important parts of the business.
I remember is when we first hung out back in the day with the whole Smack Entertainment promotion gang. You still talk to all of them?
We're still all very cool. Conrad and I are still together after 25 years.
Yeah, Conrad, I know you and Conrad.
Mo is doing his thing, but we still, you know, stay in touch a few times a month. And Bill Spector.
I went to Bill's sushi place the other day.
I was just there on Thursday night.
It was amazing.
It
was
was great.
Really good. They got Chef Ronnie over there too, who's an amazing chef.
Yeah.
Angel, now that you know you're kind of like a Miami guy, you know, legend in my eyes as well. Is there any like stories or like some crazy stuff. You know, I mean, you can pretty much say anything here, but anything like maybe
That
top
stands
three,
out.
top three crazy stories. Either some guy at the door say, "I know the owner," a fight that happened, or
You
some
said we
some
could say
celebrity.
anything
Yeah,
here?
yeah,
You say
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
you want
yeah.
here.
I mean, it's up to you. You're our guest.
What do you
But
want to
I
talk
got
about?
I gotta get some juicy stuff because you are.
What do you want to talk about when Britney Spears got caught doing cocaine at Crowbar?
Holy shit, that's fucking awesome. That is
What?
crazy,
Tell me about
yo.
that. Do you have
When-
security running there?
When
No,
Lindsay
but-
Lohan, at 18 years old, was getting in trouble in the nightclubs. Tara Reid,
Back then in Paris.
Paris Hilton, Chelsea Clinton with
No
Secret
way.
Service.
At your clubs?
Yeah.
Holy Jesus.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, homies, old school.
You've seen
dog.
it all then, huh?
Old school.
I
old
mean,
school.
I'll say this: between me and the crew, we could probably write 3 or 4 books.
That's
And
true.
is
'Cause
that
they-
something that you have in your near future?
I mean, you know, it's something that's been talked about. You know, there's a few guys out
Hey,
there
I lived
trying
it.
to
I
do
lived
South Beach this, South Beach that. But
yeah,
you
I've
know,
seen that too. I've
Yeah.
seen that too. But
Yeah.
I think you should, put them all to shame, I guess, and let them know the truth, huh? Are
no,
you?
it was real wild times back then.
It was Primo. Some of the one
There's like
actually
no rules.
the best times in my life. I remember promoting for Angel back then in the '90s and getting $500 a night in the '90s, and not even sell a fucking bottle because it was just nice. I didn't sell shit, and obviously I was there to bring the party, and I would still go in. Angel, can I have my money? And he's like, bro, Kiko, you didn't sell shit. I'm like, I know, the Primo, bro. You know, like. Nah, like I'm your little brother. Like, all right, bro, here, bro, the fuck out of here. Or like promote one club and catch me at another club that just opened, and he's like, "Hey, aren't you supposed to be?" I don't know, but it's 3 o'clock. I thought it was off the clock at 2 o'clock. He's like, "No, bro, you gotta get your ass over there." So he's a big brother to me as well, bro. Any nightclubs maybe in the future you bringing back or reliving that? I know you're an older guy now, single dad, but you still got a good team to put it together. Is there
No,
anything?
we have teams, and nothing's off the table. It's just, you know, it's got to make sense.
You think it'll work again?
Maybe
Like a
not.
night?
Yeah, maybe not in Miami Beach, but in other places.
Or like
yeah.
an affordable nightclub? Because there's nightclubs, but oh my god,
There's
bro.
no such thing as an affordable nightclub, bro.
Yeah.
No, there isn't anymore, but
Like,
there used to be.
The thing is that
There used to
the
be.
real estate's a big issue,
There
right?
used to be.
The times that you have in order to make money is an issue too. Like you're not making money on Mondays, on Tuesdays, on Wednesdays. You're doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Maybe if you do like a Sunday brunch.
That's a good question.
Like so, your
what are your
moments
best
to
nights?
yeah. So I mean,
what are your best
it's
nights?
tough,
That's a good
man.
question.
You know, I will say, after COVID, it definitely hurt nightlife a
yeah,
lot.
that was a nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it definitely
For a lot
hurt
of people.
nightlife a lot. You know, people found out that, you know, instead of spending $10,000 on a table in a club, you can rent a yacht all day long. You
Yeah,
know?
it's true.
I'm glad he segued
yeah,
into
sure.
that because his restaurant Yaya's has yacht slips and boat slips to come have. You been? We got to
been,
send
no.
him and his wife.
We do. We got to send them
Tell them
over.
about Yaya's because not many people know.
Actually, yeah, I know Kiko went. I would like
Yeah.
to know a little bit more about that.
Look, guys, we have $10,000 parrots fly overhead.
So, yeah.
Tell them people about Yaya. I got to tell people.
Came up with a Mediterranean coastal cuisine concept. It is where, for all of you who've grown up in Miami, it's the old Mike Gordon seafood. Okay. It's been developed since then. You got 2 rental towers on top, but we do have the first floor, and we have 12 slips where we have a club membership for boaters, and they've been enjoying it. You know, you get a ton of perks. The food is incredible. Chef Todd Zimmer.
Chef Todd Zimmer, one of my
Yeah.
boys.
Big shout outs to Todd.
Very good exec.
He, you know, if there's one thing that people rant and rave about is our food and the taste, and if you
yeah,
look
if
at
you
our,
don't have that.
you know what I tell everybody, as long as you got great food, you could fix everything else.
That's true.
That's a good point.
You know,
And you
Yeah,
got a great brunch too
I
as
think
well.
that,
right?
and you need to have good customer service, man.
absolutely. I mean, if you guys go on the Google reviews, we're a 5-star restaurant.
Because sometimes I go to restaurants, they can have good food, but man, if the customer service is bad, like you don't even care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like our mini sniper. He's like, hey, the restaurant sucked or it was good. He gives it to you straight.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure everything's on point when you get
Yeah.
to it.
Nah, man,
And
like that.
another legendary spot, Foxhole's coming back, which was a secret bar. Ed, you been?
I've been up when I was younger.
Well, that he brought it back. It's still red light door, no name, or
Still
also
red light door, no name. You know, Foxhole is responsible for a lot of kids here in Miami.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
So let's not take that away
That's
from
true.
Foxhole.
You
You
do
know,
community
there's a lot
service
of
and work.
people that have met their wives, their girlfriends, you know, and all that. So
That's great. That's great.
Bro, I know people who have met chicks in Wynwood and hung out with them at Racket, and figured it out.
Yeah, Racket was
like
a
upstairs and
spot.
stuff, bro. Upstairs was awesome.
And then they had that. You guys had that show. What was that show? Drink Champs or?
Yeah,
That was a long run too, right?
We had Drink Champs podcast at Racket for 5-6
You had
years.
Kanye on there.
Oof.
All the main hip hop
Wow.
guys.
Man,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, one of the biggest days at Racket during Drink Champs, I saw Pharrell get on his knees and bow down to Noriega
Like as a respect.
as a respect. That
Like
was one of the biggest highlights for me
Nori's a legend.
ever. Yeah, the whole Kanye thing that went down.
That went viral.
That was at Racket.
That went
crazy.
viral. That went viral. Wow. So what
Yeah,
do you think?
Kanye now is like not doing like the right
Oh my
things.
God,
bro.
let's not
He's
even
making-
talk about
he's
that
not
guy
making
right
the right
now.
moves, man.
Timo, what do you think about the 61st here? I mean, we grew up coming here.
I mean, look,
What
again,
do you think? Looking around, you've
this
seen all of them.
This is one of those festivals that it's a must. You have to come, whether
if you've
it's
never
on
been,
the
you have to.
Saturday, whether it's on the Sunday. Mondays obviously it's a little slower, but
Yeah.
I've been coming
For
to
sure, for
Coconut
years.
Grove Arts Festival for a good
For many
40 years.
For many years.
Yeah.
When are we gonna do a brunch at Yaya's, like a Kiko brunch or something?
What I want to do is take the whole podcast over to the Yaya Terrace.
Let's do it.
And do it out of there.
We mentioned that. I wanted to say it, but fuck it, he said it. He had mentioned that, bro, in the backdrop. We'll
Let's
get
do
some
it, we'll do
boats. Like our young producers, they wanted boats and hose. We'll get that for you guys.
I don't see the boat stuff. I don't see doing the podcast on the boat. I think
No. There's
No,
boats that
we-
pull in
Oh,
there.
put it
There's boats
there.
that
Yeah,
pull in there.
okay.
Yeah, we
So
have
the
an
podcast on the
incredible
boat, like the
terrace.
space
No.
and
There's,
stuff,
no. It's in front, and there's boats that come in and out all day. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful property,
And like
bro.
that, we can do it with someone. We could do it with your 4 horsemen.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
love that. I would love that.
Bring them on.
They're all old, but they're still relevant.
No, but bro, the stories you guys have, I can only imagine.
Bro, they're the
you know?
cool guys when I was growing up, and they're still my brothers.
And honestly,
and-
I love hearing the entrepreneurial stories. You learn a lot from the stuff that's happening.
Because you know what? It was funny because when we were doing this club thing, we're like, oh, they're promoters and shit like that. They all branched out and opened up restaurants and took that little, I guess.
We have to have passion for that, man.
But
Yeah,
they all
it's-
took it and brought. They weren't just like, oh no, this guy burned out. He's a fucking drug addict. He didn't turn out to be shit because he partied himself into. No. Everybody is successful, has beautiful kids, has properties, has restaurants. So it's a win-win, bro, all the time, bro.
Yeah, look, as you get older and a lot of your friends stop coming to the parties,
Right.
You got to figure out
You
the
got to
next move.
figure it out. You got to figure it
So
out.
the next move was to become operators, and that's
Absolutely.
what we did. We became operators, and
Absolutely.
we're
proud as fuck.
we're in the game.
Like the little. I know I'm bigger than him, but he's a big brother to me, and I've been proud of him. And I think all his properties and whatever else he can conjure up is always gonna hit, And like you said, the food right now is the game because no more drinks
Yeah.
and celebrities. Now it's food and lounges.
No, look, you can own nightclubs and bars, but once you have a solid restaurant, it's a different thing.
And you're
People
bringing the
look at it
dragon
different.
back because so many people copied your menu on that when you open that dragon.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I don't even want to get into it,
That's
but
flattering, bro. That's
everybody was like, "Hey, wait a minute, isn't that from?" So I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
Angel, bro, I'm super honored to have you, brother. I know it was
pleasure.
a little bit difficult here with
Love.
Macho,
Yeah.
bugging out and shit, but he was
I
cool.
love his hair though, man. His hair,
Yeah, he's
great
got
haircut,
straight hair.
nice hair,
You know how many women will pay for that hair?
nice hair.
Um,
And guys.
Yeah, because we're both bald as shit. Letting people know where they can find you and where your restaurants are. Speaking to that camera right there.
Yaya Coastal Cuisine on 79th Street, Foxhole, Miami Beach, Casa Tiki on Little Havana, and big shout outs to Will and Gio from Better Days, who are our
Will
partners
Saints.
and
Oh,
Casa
wow.
Tiki.
I
Yep.
love Will. Shout out to Will.
Damn,
Yep.
Better
Probably the
Days,
best
man.
bartender and a mixologist in all of Miami.
And great partners as well.
Awesome. Primo, thank you for coming.
Thank you guys for
you
having
heard what
us.
he said. The pod is coming to Yaya's, boats, and some cuisine.
I thought you were gonna say boats and.
No. We'll keep it G because Macho's here. Papi, thank you. You know I love you like a big brother, and I'm
Love.
happy you made this tour for us.
Absolutely.
Angel, reach out to him on my Instagram or his Instagram. And if you want a beautiful restaurant to go eat, Yaya's is it. And if you want to behave a little bad, Foxhole's even better. Thank you,
Thank you,
Papi.
guys.
Thank you. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Back over here, Coconut Grove Arts Festival. 61st year. Abdiel, the artist, el cubano, ¿verdad?
Cubano, sí. Matanza, Colón.
Are we
Oh,
going
wow.
already or what? We've been going, right? All right, welcome, bro. Nice to meet you. I'm Kiko. This is Eddie,
Thank you.
one of our local artists here with some incredible work. How are you doing, sir?
Doing great, man. It's always awesome to be here at the Grove.
Yeah, you've been here all the days?
Yeah, I've been here all the days. Got to be here.
Yeah, you have a tent. What's your tent number?
826.
826. As there's a lady doing a split back there. Check this out. She's got to be at least 40. Oh, I do that. I can't get up. All right. Primo, tell me about your art. You are Cuban, they told me.
Sí.
What's your backstory a little bit? Pues aquí se puede hablar español también.
Yo vine por el Mariel.
Marielito in the house.
Marielito iba a cumplir 6 años. I'm currently, I do the shows. I also show my work, and I'm an art teacher for the Dade County. I've also worked at Florida Christian.
Oh, wow. So you definitely have some experience. Talk to me about the style of art that you do, because this painting that we have here, it's not what you think it is, huh?
No, el proceso es yo le doy varios, I give it several coats of ink. In between each ink,
You paint it black first, correct?
Yeah,
The
I
whole
let them
thing.
dry. And then with an X-Acto blade, I come in and I start scratching out. So it gives you a very fine quality line, like an
Nice.
engraving, but it's an original drawing.
Do you have to keep changing blades to keep them sharp, or
Yeah,
you?
a lot of blades.
Where did that come from, Primo? Like, you cut yourself when you were little or something? Because that's the most unique, I think, Ed, technique we've heard all weekend, correct?
Yeah, it's nice.
Tell me about that. How did that inspire you? How
Thank
did you
you. I was mainly a painting major, and I did printmaking. And in printmaking, you do something similar, but with metal plates, and then you do the addition. Here, I discovered this process where you could, and there's other people that do it, you could ink the surface, and then you come in
Soften
and you
it.
draw on top of it.
And you expose what's
and,
under it.
And that way you have an original drawing.
Wow.
You're taking an original drawing in a very unique way.
And this one, talk to us about the one that Ed's got in front of here.
That's the Nautilus, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
That has it's
It's sea life.
it's sea life, exactly. Sorry, I went.
It's okay, bro. Don't worry about it. We're only live. No big deal.
It's archival ink, and
Uh-huh.
I layer it through different layers. It goes in between each layer of drawing, and then I come in. Something like that will take me somewhere within 3 to 4 weeks to complete.
That's
Really?
incredible.
From start to
How much
finish.
does something like that cost?
Yeah. you was going to ask that.
My prices are reasonable. That is 400.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
not
wow.
For the
bad.
small pieces.
And do you also do stuff like with more color, or is it usually like
Actually, yeah, I started doing new pieces where on top of them I bring in some washes of color, and they have color.
because
yeah.
you can't start with color? It has to start with black.
Yeah,
brown.
it's, what I was told is black mat. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually start in a black ink, a permanent ink, and now I'm doing pieces. I've gotten the right combination where the ink won't bleed into the color, that I could do the line work and then add color on top.
Gotcha.
Of it.
I want to ask a question that everybody's wondering, or at least I am. How is it coming from Cuba and in Mariel? Like, can you guide me through that process? Like, because you're probably one of the first people that I had the chance to speak to in a very long time
Yeah.
that came through that process. And if you could just shed some light on that, even though it was a very long time ago, a lot of people maybe even forgot
he's more,
about that. But
he's more American now than Cuban, but
More
but how
American.
was that process? Like, you're on a boat and just
It's something that it kind of stays with you. That whole thing stayed with me.
yeah.
There was a lot of turmoil during El Mariel. As a matter of fact, I remember being in elementary school and teachers asking who's leaving.
No way. In
country.
Cuba?
And what would happen
How
was
old are you?
I was 5. I was going to turn
how old are you
6.
now?
I'm 50.
50.
Yeah.
I'm 47. I thought you were the same age.
74.
Wow, so you remember that, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely remember
So,
that.
so
Remember
guide
the
me
trip?
through that day.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And what happened? So
I'm
the teachers
sweating,
are telling you
I'm
this,
sweating,
and then
I'm-
your parents decide we're leaving, or what's going on?
I knew what would happen if you let anybody knew during that time in Cuba you were leaving.
Oh,
basically,
wow.
you had un acto repudio, where they basically marched you through the streets and
you go.
egged you and.
Pass his
Oh.
head.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Shout out to Toby's.
Lemon. Toby's.
Oh, thank you, Toby.
Toby's, we love you. My guest there, one of the guys. All right, go ahead.
So yeah, you're by the time you got home, your house would have been ransacked. They would have taken everything out, and your parents and family would have been paraded and egged. Yeah.
And
so
I heard
I witnessed those. I saw that with my eyes.
With your own
I've
eyes.
gotten into arguments with other Cubans and said that never happened. I saw that.
But
will
I also
never
heard
forget
that they would take inventory of your house and your stuff in your house as well too.
Yeah.
And you couldn't pull any money from the bank accounts.
No.
You couldn't do nothing. You had to leave with the shirt on your back.
Yeah. I had neighbors here. I used to work managing a jewelry store, and I had neighbors next to me, and they had a pharmacy, and they actually went to the bank, and there were guards already. They couldn't take anything.
And so guide me through or explain to me how the process of you're jumping on a boat and you're just running 90 miles to the States? How was that about?
We jumped in a boat. We didn't jump in a boat. We got to Los Mosquitos. And Los Mosquitos, that's where the boats would come in. The problem with Mariel is Fidel unloaded everybody.
Yeah.
From the criminally insane to, the worst of the worst. So Marielitos had a really bad
name,
reputation.
Bad reputation.
You didn't think it was like regular people that decided to leave?
Yeah, they were regular people like us, but then you had all that element. I remember the buses coming in as we were loading up the boat, and buses just coming in and just filling the boats. That I remember.
How many people to one boat?
We had double the capacity.
Wow.
On our boat. As a matter of fact, my brothers were in their teens, and they were 1 foot in, 1 foot out with the men. The children and women inside packed. That you couldn't get up.
And how long it took you? What, like a couple hours?
No, it was a day and. I remember leaving in the daytime and nighttime. It was a day and a night.
Oh, and you get to what? You got to the Keys or
we got to the Keys, and the Keys we were down. They took us to. It was a naval base in the Keys, where they lined us up. I remember they gave us an apple and Alka-Seltzer.
No.
And at the time, I thought Alka-Seltzer was like salt water, because I'm like, they're giving it. He goes, no. Toma lo que eso para tu estómago.
Because you're going to hurl.
Everybody was hurling.
So, and you get to the States, you're young, your family's starting to build a life.
We went to my first house, which was where the Dolphins played before Marlin Stadium.
Orange Bowl.
Orange Bowl. Oh, Little Havana.
I stayed inside the Orange Bowl.
Oh, no way.
Wow. Inside the Orange Bowl for a couple of days till my family picked us up. Yeah.
Wow.
There were processing refugees there then.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
So, when you see Scarface, and you see all those tents, all those.
That makeshift camp.
So, how incredible is this country that you come from being in Marielito and coming at 6 years old and you're fucking selling art at the 61st year in fucking Coconut Grove Art Festival, bro.
Only in USA.
Only
in the USA. Does it inspire some of your artwork from your experience and stuff like that? Or
that shit inspires me, man. That's amazing.
A lot of my artwork has that nautical and that idea of our dreams. I think the U.S. is made out of different, all these people that come in with dreams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have a piece back here called Proclaimed Habitat, and it's that whole idea of the family leaving out.
Oh, wow.
And I can show it to you as well. This one has sort of a surreal kind of look.
Here, I'll hold this so you can talk about it.
And you have the baby bird here on the shell, and it's sort of floating away, and then you have the mom feeding it, and the father kind of building the nest. So
incredible.
That's the idea of exodus, of leaving, looking for security.
Have you heard of the Cuban cowboy?
Haven't heard of the Cuban cowboy.
Yeah, put it back over.
Actually, el viejo mío era campesino. So,
so you have your own Cuban cowboy.
El viejo era un campesino, sí, en Matanza, en Colón.
Primo, where have you been? What's your location for your tent? We got maybe like 5 or 6 hours left of the event. Where can people find you if they want to come by?
If you want to find me, I'm at 826.
How's it going? Have you sold some art?
It's great, man. Coconut Grove has always been great for me. This is now, I think, my 11th or 12th year at the Coconut Grove.
Yeah, so you always make the cut, huh? You make the cut?
I'm blessed to make the cut, yeah.
It's intense. I heard that little...
yeah, it is.
Over 1,000 artists.
And you make the cut. So have you sold anything?
I've sold some work, yes, and I've sold...
Worth it?
I have original pieces, and I have a limited edition prints.
And for your Instagram, where can they find your artwork?
Abdiel Acosta Art.
We'll have it there on the description and stuff, but... man, this is kind of a win-win for us, huh? He's one of us. He's a Cuban guy. We've seen
a lot of nice Cuban talent.
Similar age, and you're the success story and tremendo fucking artist, bro.
Gracias,
With tremendo story. God bless you, bro, and may you sell 1,000 pieces of art.
Thank you.
Let's get a picture now before. And what's the numbers again for the tent?
826.
826. Thank you, Abdiel. All right. It's, I think, noontime around now, or lunchtime here at the Coconut Grove Arts Festival.
It's always lunchtime, brother.
It's always lunchtime. We just had a couple of little snacks here, but we're probably gonna
at the women's
club. We're probably gonna hit the food trucks later. And what better food, dude, than the cheese god, Mario Naar.
Mario Naar.
Mario Naar. Mario Naar not only is.
But you're Cuban?
No, I'm not Cuban.
You're Panamanian, no?
He's a mix. He's a
born
mix.
in Miami, dad's from Panama, mom's from Honduras, and I grew up in Mexico. So it's,
oh wow, tremendo mix.
Tell everybody who you are, Mario, and what you got going on.
That's like a 4 cheese mix.
Like
yeah.
Yeah, like a 4 cheese mix. Nothing. Miami born. Left Miami when I was young. traveled a little bit around the world because of my dad's job.
His dad's a pimp, by the way.
Owned a couple restaurants in Panama. About 8 years ago, pandemic hit, and I decided to move back to Miami. We opened up Chef, which is a cheese shop. We partnered with one of the top cheesemongers in the world. And we initially started as a very small boutique cheese shop. And then we kind of got into doing sandwiches, and things kind of took off from there. We went viral about a year and a half ago, and haven't looked back ever since. So.
Bro, I'll never forget something. When you were coming to town, right? The promotion and the videos of the cheese, those crazy videos, bro. Every time, this guy does that all the time.
Yeah.
The cheese pools.
The cheese
pools. Listen, I'm not like a big cheese guy.
You are after you see that shit.
But like, I guess if you are, that looks good to you. To me, I'm looking at like my arteries being blocked and shit. No. But whatever. What the point I'm trying to get at is you had incredible videos that we would put on Lifestyle Miami with Miguel.
Yeah.
And they would blow up.
Yeah.
And it was always like coming soon. Coming soon.
Yeah.
And I was part of that campaign, coming soon and coming soon. That it was so coming soon.
Oh my God.
That eventually the videos became, when the fuck is this opening? So
people were pissed off.
People would see that as maybe like upset. I thought it was brilliant marketing.
Yeah.
You built it up so much that they were upset that it wasn't open yet.
Yeah, no, I mean, we did it because, to be honest with you, we couldn't find a space.
Yeah. It was,
we were actually with Manny.
Yeah, you were going to go to the collection. You had a couple spots. I remember we talked about
spots, but they never had. But
you know what? Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
I think you ended up in the right spot. And I know that your wife was the one that said, let's just fucking do it. We talked about it before.
Yeah.
So guide me through that process, because I'm sure that would have been a headache. That should have been, those were tough times.
We came in and we wanted to do something really big, Casa Tua style, with a massive market and a pizza station and a cheese station. And, I was a new guy from Panama, so I came in here, didn't have any credit open. We were looking for possible local investors. And, my wife got to a point where, we were burning through our cash because we weren't making any money for like a year and a half. And we were still living the cheese and caviar god lifestyle in Miami. So a lot of bills, and she finally come and said, Mario, why are you thinking so big? Proof of concept, open up something small. We ended up opening up on Coral Way, and the rest is history.
Phenomenal spot, man.
It's funny you said that about the videos, because me and Mario, we had an Instagram relationship like 2 years before we actually met. And it was because of the videos, and bro, like, when are we gonna come out? When are you gonna hang out? And when we finally came, like, man, his products were amazing, and all that hype in the videos was actually real.
Well, he's the only guy that I know, or I don't know if you still have the product or not, that had truffle infused ham.
Yes.
It was truffle infused, and he would make a truffle sandwich, but the truffle was embedded into the ham, and he would slice it, and then bro, fucking amazing work.
But it was funny because we became good friends, and we've been friends for almost 5 years. Bro, I was like, damn, I know food. And I appreciate delicious food until I met this guy. It's like,
do you remember our first dinner when we went out?
Yeah,
Me and Kiko, we were friends on Instagram, and he was a food guy, and I love food. It's one of my passions. And we went for dinner, and we just kicked it off, and it was awesome because Kiko's one of the first people that believed in me before we came in.
100%, bro.
I came from Panama as a big time restaurateur, and I came to Miami, and you got to start from the bottom up, right? And he took me in, and he introduced me to everybody, so it was awesome.
So you have, I know you have the main corner, which I love the spot, man. It feels very authentic, like Italy style, France, and then now you opened a bar next door, right? Semi-bar, or talk to us a little bit about that.
Initially we started just with a cheese shop, and cheese, obviously, the harder cheese will last you a lot longer, but like the creamier cheese, like the truffle brie and all that, bro. You kind of got to move it, if not it's going to go to waste. So one day I came into the store extremely hungover, and I decided to make myself the most expensive sandwich I could make myself. So I put like a truffle brie, I put honey, I put caviar, and I posted on our social media, and we literally had like 100 people reach out to us like, how much is this sandwich? And I hadn't even put like a cost or price, and I was like, I'm just gonna sell it for $100, and we actually sold out the first day. So then we realized, okay, we have a sandwich game here. So we started developing, the sandwiches. We're not an Italian sandwich shop, we're not a French sandwich shop, we're a sandwich shop of the world, because we use the best ingredients and the best products. And then there was people were coming in, they're like, well, where do we sit? So we didn't have anywhere to sit. So there was an office space that was available next door, and then we decided to, initially it was just going to be like a place to hang out and just eat your sandwich. And this Sam, Nevin, which a lot of people know him now as Nevin the Sam.
Pairings with Nevin.
He's like, hey, I kind of hate my job. He was a sales guy for truffles, and he basically figured out that how many hours he was spending time in his car a day, the probability of him getting in a car accident. This is Nevin, very
very
calculated.
Very calculated,
Yes.
weird guy. So we decided to open up the Bibliothèque, which is a speakeasy wine bar where you get a little bit of education, you get a little bit of amazing ingredients, and you get to hang out and have a good time. So
that's amazing. I was there once. That Kiko had invited me, and we tried the Kiko sandwich.
Kiko Cubano.
Yeah,
well,
Kiko Cubano.
that
was
sandwich
good.
I named after him, just
Bro,
because he's been actually a really big part of the brand. So
Yeah, no, and it moves.
it's
It
our
moves.
number 2 selling sandwich.
What?
Kiko's
Damn,
Cubano.
bro,
Yeah.
that's
Put some
amazing.
respect on my name, Ed.
Yo, because sometimes a lot of people do these little collabs, and the collabs is more like a marketing thing, but it
Yeah.
actually
It's a
sells.
little fancier. It's a $23 sandwich, but it's got
No way.
higher end.
It really sells.
It's the number 2
Damn,
seller,
dog.
and we're not Cuban, so for us to say we have the best selling Cuban sandwich in Miami, you got to be careful.
That's
with that,
amazing.
right?
You
Yeah.
do. You don't want
Sandwich.
you don't want to get jumped. But man, everything that Mario does when it comes to food is amazing. He started Salvaje, which you've been to, Ed. Tell him a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah. I didn't
a
know you
little
were
bit
a part of
about
that. I
that.
bet
Yeah.
you one in Bogota. I love that place.
Salvaje was my first brand in
Italian.
Panama. We created it.
You
about
started Salvaje?
I started Salvaje.
No
yeah.
way, dog.
That was my number one, my restaurant, my introduction.
They
into
were
the
gonna open
restaurants
one in
here.
River Landing.
They were gonna open. They're gonna open up a lot of them. in
They
a lot
wanted to
of
open at the
places.
Plaza too, and nothing
Yeah.
happened. But I know they have the one.
Yeah.
But are you still part of the group?
No.
Oh, okay, got you, okay.
We sold after Bogota.
Got
so,
you.
Yeah, I sold
Bogota's
after
spot
Bogota.
is phenomenal.
Yeah, thank you
phenomenal.
so
You
much,
still got
yeah.
pool there or no?
I still got some pull there. Yeah.
And tell us about the caviar, because not only is he the cheese god, he's pretty thick in the caviar game, which is super competitive. I found out. in
You know what's
Miami.
crazy? I'm not a big fan of caviar.
Oh.
man. I think it's either you love it or hate it. No.
Yeah,
Or
I
how do
agree.
you see the public? Is it like, there's people who really like it, or how are you supposed to really use
Well,
caviar?
caviar used to be something that used to be so exclusive, and nowadays with the social media, everybody kind of
Caviar
has,
bumps that you invented.
everybody has access to it. So yeah, we decided to start something, within our business. All the products that I do launch, I launch through the Chevre platform. So whether it be the caviar, the cheesecake, and it's something that we launched at Chevre. Initially, I never thought I was going to sell outside of Chevre. And then one of my really good friends, Chef Daniel Roy, was opening up Delilah.
Danny Roy.
Danny Roy was opening up Delilah
love
at the
that guy.
time, and he's like, "Hey, why don't you? Your caviar's phenomenal. Let me introduce you to the people on the team." And the rest was history. We started off with Delilah, and now we're doing some of the best restaurants in Miami. And
It's called Golden Goat.
Oh, so
Golden
you're
Coast.
selling caviar to restaurants.
Oh yeah, we're doing
That's
all
amazing.
the,
We should have asked them to
Delilah,
bring some
Casadonna.
tins.
In that case, I do love caviar.
Yeah, it enhances any dish, right? So it's not only to eat by itself, but you can kind of put it in and
Look,
play
I had
it
a
on.
bee.
Yeah, it's got that nice salty texture to it. So it really enhances all the dishes.
Mark, what do you think about the festival, man? I know you live down in Brickell, right down the street here. You've been coming for years as well. What do you think about its longevity? 61 years today.
I think it's amazing. I think it's great, to bring your friends and family. I love the Grove. I've always actually wanted
Yeah.
to move to the Grove. It has a different vibe to it.
does.
There's a lot of local people in Miami.
You had a chance to walk around, or you just pulled up? right
The
here?
girls are coming now with
Family.
the wife, so we're gonna spend some time with the family and hang out at the festival.
Oh, amazing. Other things that we want to talk about. You got some new openings coming up and some big news that you told me the other day that I wanted to keep you.
Yeah. So
Is this wait?
Yeah, this
We're
is
gonna
definitely a drum roll.
Is this a day in Miami live exclusive?
Yes,
It's a day
for
Miami.
two
All
All right,
things.
so give it to us. Be
Two
thorough,
things.
baby.
All
Be
right.
thorough.
Okay, but first give them a new opening and then give them the big stuff.
So yeah, we opened up our second location in Design District in November, and now we're going to be opening up in the Grove
Wow.
as well, and we're going to be opening up in St. Bart's.
No fucking way,
the
man.
island in St.
Congratulations,
Bart's,
bro.
yes, yeah,
That's
appreciate it.
amazing,
Telling you,
man. That's amazing.
that's where his clientele is.
Are you franchising out or something? Or?
Well, no. Initially, my whole operating team's in Miami. I'm local in Miami, so I wanted to do Miami. And this guy is like, dude, why don't you open up in St. Bart's? And I was like, you know what? I love St. Bart's. My
Duh.
honeymoon was in St. Bart's. All my clientele travels to St. Bart's. The boats that go to St. Bart's, they buy my product. So it just made.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask
It
you.
just
How do you
made-
get your product over there? Same way.
No,
It's a little bit difficult.
It's a little bit
difficult.
difficult.
It's an island.
Yachts.
It's an island now. You know.
They're gonna come on yachts.
It's not like here where it's super commercial. You know.
No, but I mean, if you go to St. Bart's, they have everything. So
Got you.
there's ways to get it there. We're gonna do some partnerships and some alliances with some big groups, but Yeah, so Schwede is going to be going international now. I have people wanting me to open up in Saint-Tropez and Courchevel, so...
Is that it has a nice brand. It has that style brand.
It has that style brand.
You've done a good job with
Everything
that.
he does is branding.
And it's very, like, it feels, I guess, like exquisite, you know? Like, very unique, you know?
Yeah. High-end shit.
It's the finer things, you know?
But it's not, like, super expensive either, you know? That's what I'm saying.
No. People do think it is, but it's not.
There is a little intimidation there.
Yeah,
you know, because of the
But
name.
you're already over it, right?
No, I mean, I have never paid for anything in your shop. Sorry.
It's true.
That's why he doesn't get royalties, bro.
I don't need royalties. I got my own sandwich, bro. What else do I need?
Listen, I was going to tell you something.
Wait, but the second announcement.
Okay, yes,
Are you ready or you want to hold off?
No.
It's big. It's big.
Yeah.
Give us it.
So we're going to be Netflix next year. It's gonna be a show.
Fucking way.
We're waiting for that call, right,
Is
boys?
this in production right now?
Yeah, you guys are going to be on the show. So once they get in, they ask me who are the movers in Miami. So we got realtors, we got restaurant guys, we got hospitality
They're gonna ask
guys.
us for clips from this podcast episode.
He mentioned it too. I didn't want to even tell you.
But wait, are you in production right now? Or you're signing?
It's gonna start. We're signing.
And how did this opportunity come about?
The show was really based on caviar wars because basically the caviar scene is a little rough, you know.
I didn't know.
A lot of people do a lot of pretty interesting things. So
shady shit, bro.
Yeah, it is. But we know.
Wait, you can't say that. I'm not telling me.
Yeah, Mark.
What do people do? What's the shady stuff people do with caviar?
Some stuff. You don't have to mention names.
Undercutting pricing, talking shit. I
thought it was like some the product level. Like.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the product level. Yeah, but you guys have to wait for the show.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, well, we do our shit kosher. You know, we keep it classy. You know, we're all about our sales force are the owners, right?
But
so we don't.
You've always been a person of quality, man. You've always
100%.
in your brand.
Any store you walk into him, the
Yeah.
class is there, and it's a cut above the normal, bro.
Yeah, we don't cut corners in anything we do. What you see is the best olive oil. We do fresh daily bread. We don't cut corners, and our clientele, I think, respects that.
And beyond that, you know, the handful of times I've gone there, you've been gracious enough to have us there. The customer service, bro, it's like very one-on-one with you, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I am the brand.
He's a viral guy, too, on Instagram. His videos are kind of creative as well.
I kind of want to put myself away from it because I want the brand to be its own identity.
Nah, but you should embrace it, man. Embrace it.
100%.
I do.
And you're there, and you're the one that's actually like helping serve and helping navigate.
I love it. I love it.
You
People are like, do you? What's like the life of being at Schwede? I'm like, dude, this is what I love. I get to eat, drink wine all day, eat caviar, meet amazing people.
And your parents go and hang out there and stuff too, you know?
My parents, that's the problem. I have to kind of control that because I have a friend that wants to hang out and drink every day. So at some point, it's like, I just try to avoid not going between like hours of 4 and 8 p.m. because I want to try to get a workout.
Yeah, of course. And you do events as well. I know you do a lot of catering in West Palm Beach and a lot of
we're doing
cool stuff.
We're doing a lot of events now. You know, we just got approached by Formula One and we got approached by the Dolphins and we're doing some stuff with
Good
the
work.
Heat, so now it's this is our year.
You also have had a nice guest there. When we were there for that wine pairing that you invited us, so we had Anna Navarro there. That was a really interesting conversation.
That was a very interesting
That was cool.
My mom loved that.
Yeah. We get a lot of. We try not to play politics.
No, you can't.
No,
you can't.
we didn't speak. We didn't talk about
Cheese
politics.
breaks barriers, man.
Yes.
Listen, but talking about politics, I'm good friends with Kevin Cabrera, who's going to be now the new ambassador, hopefully, if he gets confirmed for Panama.
I messaged him and I told him, Kevin, if you want to know the down,
That's what I was gonna tell you.
want to know the down and dirties about who plays nice and doesn't play nice in Panama, I can tell you.
Okay, good.
So
I was thinking more along the lines of inviting him to your place, but
Well, yeah.
but I'm down for that, bro. Information is key.
Yeah,
Kevin's my boy. I'm gonna invite Kevin. He can come
People-
talk Panama with you,
People
bro.
would be surprised how much information you get from being in the F&B industry.
Yeah, I bet.
Sure, dog,
Are we
especially-
going to take the Panama Canal back or what?
Yeah, I'm down to take the Panama Canal back. Yeah.
But living in Panama, how was it over there?
what is that
I've never
like?
been.
Maro's a private school kid, though. He went to La Salle.
It's like a little Miami,
Yeah?
but more of the Latino culture involved in it. But yeah, it's a close community. So if you're not from there, it's kind of difficult.
Gotcha.
I ended up marrying a Panamanian, so I was able to finagle my way in.
How are the
but,
roads? I heard the roads are a little botchy. A lot of
yeah.
potholes. That's just rumors.
Yeah, the roads are a little botchy, but at the end of the day, you know, it's the #1 economy in Central America.
No
They got the
way.
US
Oh,
dollar.
wow.
Central America.
Yeah, not Colombia. Yeah, that's South America.
South America, yeah.
Yeah, Central America. Well, you have Mexico too. I thought Mexico was pretty big too. But yeah, Panama's huge.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when that craziness came out with the Panama Papers.
The Panama, they've been hit by a lot of scandals.
Yeah.
They're the first ones to put like a president in jail, and once you open up that Pandora's box, you had the whole Olderbridge thing. But it's a great country, you know. It's my wife's family's from there.
Good people too.
Got roots
I have
there.
some good friends over there
got some
too.
roots there, yeah.
My boy, shout out my partner in the puppy store, Puppy Mansion. He's Panamanian, super smart guy.
Panama made me. So that's where I got into the whole food and hospitality business. Salvaje was the brand that we launched in Panama. So I'll always be grateful to Panama.
Yeah, nice having you on, bro.
Yeah.
Mario Naar, baby. Where can they find you? Let them know. Handles.
ChefMiami.com or my personal Naar Miami.
Naar Miami. And go get that Kiko Cubano at Schwede, baby.
Go get the Kiko Cubano. If you ask for Kiko, we'll give you a 10%
Thank you, baby. Thank you so much, Mario. Love you, Bobby. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
If you ask for Kiko, we're increasing your price 10%.
All right, Ed, we're back. We're back with the 2 for 2 amazing artists, Disem and David L. What's up, familia?
Dave L.
Dave L.
With a capital L.
You told me
together.
5 times, capital L.
Yeah.
I even gave this guy
He
cafecito. The
did.
Cuban bribery
And I still
didn't
fucked
work.
it up.
It's unbelievable.
How are you guys, man? How's everything going?
Now you know what I got to deal with, bro.
Yeah.
3 days.
That's why you're sitting over there?
No, I love that guy.
3 days.
I like
3
him too.
days.
He's a good guy.
You know, everyone has good things. Everyone has bad things. I'm not perfect.
I think we got probably 2 of the top 5 best artists out here today.
Listen, I would
with
say we
these
got
guys?
2 of the most pingu artists go, because to be in that sun
Yeah.
by those containers over there for 3 days and I'm feeling it on my back, you guys are crazy, man.
How are you guys doing today?
Blessed, man. Alive, happy, just chilling out here.
Qué rico está la temperatura, huh? Nice weather.
Well, today we actually got a breeze, so if you sweat enough, you get cool.
There was. The breeze happens
nice.
when the
been
sun's
rolling.
right there. When the sun's on the back end of that, then we get a little heat.
And the containers get hot, the paint will bubble sometimes. So
I
you
love
have to
the
really
stacks,
be
bro. The stacks this
prepared.
year is like the best I've seen it. I know it started a couple years ago, but
Thank you.
this year I met you yesterday, and Disem I know from some buddies of mine, old school. It's definitely a step up with the music, and then you painting live was incredible. How's the festival for you guys? I know you guys have always come and stuff, but being an artist, and what's your kind of like grade on the whole overall experience? I know today's the last day.
I think for us, today's the last day of the festival, and it's always my favorite day because we're all about like 90% complete with the murals if we're not already completed. So we get to really like communicate more with the crowd and like vibe with them, dance with them.
Hey, that's how we met yesterday.
Exactly. And I like my job is to kind of help the artists out. I'm like their, I don't know, right-hand man for the festival.
Yeah, you help them out. You're the enabler.
The enabler. You should paint
You're
more.
like the Chris Jenner of
Paint
Coconut
more,
Grove
paint
Art Fest.
better.
I don't know if I should take offense to that, but I like it.
She's a billionaire. Don't take offense.
Está bueno. No.
Yes.
Sorry, babe. Love you.
Oh, shit.
Well, he has the ring on.
Oh man, I thought
Where's the
this
sun?
guy's flying with his pants.
But no, it's really fun, and I like to make sure like we're all having a good time as the artists, and shout out to the Hard Rock and the Coconut Grove Arts Festival for having us again this year. It's been a really great experience. Everybody really like stepped up their game too and brought like their best abilities to these corrugated containers. Like some of the work. Please see it online. Come visit us today. We'll be here till.
And some of the artists we had here said that they've sold. That like it's been a really good year sales-wise, which I think was important.
Very, very.
Absolutely, yeah.
Go ahead, Diz. Chime in on there, primo. You got a killer beard, by the way.
Appreciate it,
That
brother.
beard's making mine
Likewise.
look like shit, by the way.
Yeah, can you hide mine?
No, man, it's been a beautiful experience, bro. To be out here kicking it with the public, with everybody, is dope,
Getting
man.
people meet.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff you been working on this weekend?
I'm doing one of the containers at the stacks too. Kind of like a high roller theme, So that was the theme I was given. So I thought, like it's not necessarily just men. When you think high roller, you think men. I'm like, nah, bro, let's do a girl high roller.
Oh, wow.
Like that.
Try to flip it a little bit.
And that is comes on the heels of us posting a video this morning that we're going to be operating a divorcee party for divorced women and divorced men at Regatta Grove soon. And everyone in the comments was actually very, very, very
A lot of
happy
it.
with the idea. A lot of veteranas
Veterana, Diz,
commenting,
are you married, kid?
saying,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Oh, you are,
I'm
yeah.
locked
So
in,
don't
I'm
go
locked
with me. Don't go with me.
like high net worth women are going to be at that party.
Just tell the wife.
Bunch of high rollers.
Let's go see this event. Something's going on.
I wanted to ask you, I know, I'm from Kendall, and we talked about this a little bit earlier. You did a beautiful project at Olympic Park.
Thank you, brother.
For the Kendall community, the West Kendall community.
That's
right?
Eddie's hood.
Right,
Eddie's
that's my hood. I'm born and raised there. I used to walk those streets. That Burger King. I went to Doolin. I went to Ferguson. I went to all that.
That's what's up, saying.
And I still live there, bro. And I still live in the area there. So I know Robert Gonzalez, the commissioner, was a big part of that. And I wanted to get your feedback on how that happened, how did it go, and what has the community told you in response? 'Cause I think it's been a very, very welcoming response to see that.
Well, first, huge shout out to Robert Gonzalez, commissioner, man.
RG, the sneakers.
He his vision on that and like giving back to the community and like it was just a beautiful project for me personally, because I grew up playing basketball at that court. So to be able to like paint in my old neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, like where I grew up and pretty much was raised, to give back to that community was a beautiful experience for me, man. It was dope.
And when they were telling you about the theme, how does that work out? Like how did the actual like logistics for the event work out?
It was real laid back, man. Like he was aware and like he knew our work, so he pretty much was just like, yo, as long as it's not offensive to anyone,
PG?
yeah, it's good. So.
But your art's usually PG.
Yeah, man, we paint in the public, bro.
Yeah.
So it's good to do thought-provoking stuff for me.
Yeah.
But to keep it PG, you know, to keep it within reasonable. You don't want to make things that are gonna offend anybody.
And has that like changed your like career as an artist? Anything? Have you noticed anything after that coming about more or?
What, the basketball court?
Yeah, like just painting in the community there.
Oh yeah, and they gave us the key to West Kendall, man, which was like, to grow up in West Kendall.
What an honor
and have that
is.
honor.
That's
it was
crazy,
beautiful.
man. That's crazy.
At what age do you guys like figure out, hey, I'm gonna be an artist? Like both of you guys. Like when do you say, okay, this is gonna be my career thing and not just a hobby? Because we've had several artists on here say, a lot of people think that painting or being an artist is a hobby. No, this is what my life. There's so much more that goes into it. At what time? I mean, we're all kind of like the same in age, and we all come from the same spot. Like, what do you say? What age? Like, this is what I want to do, and let's take it to the next level. Go ahead, Dave. You.
Well,
I see you like your hands are full of paint still. Like,
have you seen this?
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like I was always drawing, and I remember after summer break when I was like in 4th grade, I show up to school. I'm like, hey, so what you guys draw this summer? Let me see. Like I had a stack of drawings, and they were like, what? That's like little kid stuff. I'm like, you're right. Putting them in my back pocket. I'm like, no. And I started hiding all my drawings for years.
Really?
And then my sister found them, and or some other. I think it was my sister. And she's like, what are you? And I grabbed them quickly. I threw them out. She's like, I'll keep them. And then I was like, wait, like if I could make, she was like smiling and thinking back on it now, I'm like, wow, I was making people smile and stuff, feel a certain way.
No
when
shame.
I was just doing like scribbles with like, my terracotta crayon or whatever. I love the colors, let me tell you. But then when I was in high school, I was always drawing all the time. And I was like, how do I become a full-time artist? I didn't know how. So I studied graphic design. And I did not love it. So I started painting skateboards, painting murals. And here I am 13 years later, full-time.
So you skated back in the day. You look like a little bit of a skater.
Yeah, I've been skateboarding my whole life. I skated this morning, even though my leg hurts.
I never skateboarded. I don't know how to skateboard, but I was the ramp builder.
Oh,
brother,
we need more like
the little quarter pipes, and I would go into
awesome.
the hood in 139 in West Kendall when it was all construction and steel plywood from the homes.
Oh, hell
and
yeah,
I was
love
the
this
ramp
guy.
builder
That's awesome.
and the one that carried shit because I'm 300 pounds. I ain't gonna fucking skateboard. But I did the little half pipes, and I would do that so that my brothers and cousins could fucking rip.
Yo, but
That's
skateboarding
awesome.
is not easy, man.
But
I tried it a couple of times. When one of those skateboards hit your ankle, I'm like,
no, but
fuck
I'm
this,
glad
bro.
he said that because
still, to this day, when my son throws it at me, it's 2.
Yeah.
When my son like accidentally kicks the skateboard at me, hits the ankle, I go, whoa! But then I try to smile, so it doesn't.
you know
scare
what
me.
though?
Brother.
But you can see what was big with skateboards, the artwork on the boards.
Exactly.
It was.
So that's I could totally
That was
see
my
them
start. I paint
bringing
grip
it.
tape
Yeah.
for like $3 when I was working in Dolphin Mall.
Bro, I
Yeah.
used
Like
to get
whatever
that-
kids had, and then they would take it home, and their parents would look at it, and they were all starting small businesses, and that's how I started painting murals like that.
When did you
wow.
guys start painting on things that were illegal to paint on back in the day? Disem.
What's up?
from
Disem?
day one.
Holler at me, dog.
Yeah,
What's that
man.
like? How many times you get chased out of a private property or
Too many,
on a
bro.
train track? Talk to us about that because I grew up watching Beat Street, all those spray paint movies. I'm a little older than you, but that was my childhood.
Yeah.
And there was nothing that I wanted to do more growing up than run inside a New York train track, paint some shit, and then bounce. And I know that was kind of how you guys came up a
Absolutely.
little bit. Talk about that, and did you ever get roped?
I don't know.
Let's just get straight to it.
Let's pull out the record. here.
So yeah, I started I think painting illegally maybe when I was in 4th grade.
Because that's your roots, right?
Yeah,
wow.
4th grade. Yeah,
Graffiti.
I had an older cousin who pretty much like got me into this, He didn't like drag me into doing the illegal stuff, but I kind of like looked up to him. He was already writing, so I kind of started.
And
like,
what I mean
following
by
up.
illegal stuff is that you're not really supposed to do it. Now they'll give you a whole building and a wall to do it on. But back then, I guess the aura was that it's illegal and writers
Yeah.
gonna come out. And how was that like growing up?
I mean, it was crazy, bro. Like, I've had guns pulled on me by cops. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, we've been shot at for painting stuff. You
No
know,
Yeah.
fucking
we
way.
weren't even
I know.
painting, man.
Crazy.
It was actually me and Dreps, and
way.
I had painted something. Dreps is also painting a stack, so he's out here with us.
Awesome.
So I had painted something, and we went back, not even to paint, just to go take pictures the next day. And I guess the guys
Thought it was you that.
they like waited for us, bro. So as we were taking the pictures, we hear just the gunshot and the oh shit, whatever. I'll plug
It's
this.
okay,
My
plug
bad.
it in. Ed'll help you there. So shot at, huh?
Yeah, so you got it?
Yeah, just hook them up. It's all good.
Technical difficulties.
My bad. Yeah, I got excited there. No, so yeah, we hear the gunshot and we're still kind of like confused, like what's going on out here? Yeah. And then we hear the other one and we hear it hit the metal because we had painted like a metal,
Right.
And at that point it was me, Dreps, and a few other homies, and I felt responsible because they weren't even painting. They just went to like come with me to take a picture.
No, if somebody gets hurt, bro, doing that.
So we run behind the thing that I had painted, which is what, and we see they were like the people I was shooting at us were in a truck like with the lights on. And I tell them, I'm like, yo, fuck it, we're here because of me, so I'm going to take off first. I'm going to run that way. When I take off, they're probably going to chase me. You guys run the other way.
Right.
And yeah, bro, like we've been through wild shit.
Fun now when you look at it, but back then, serious.
Yeah.
What about you? You got any good stories there?
Well,
Dave?
a lot of trespass warnings for skateboarding, that's for sure.
No, that's for sure. Everybody
growing
hates
up,
skateboarders.
Like, everybody hates skateboarders.
Fuck yeah, I hate them now.
Just like when I go paint a mural anywhere outside of South Florida, like out of Miami and Fort Lauderdale, all of a sudden spray paint cans turn into rattle cans. Man, you rattle can in this neighborhood in Pittsburgh because I don't like it. So it's like the stigma behind skateboarding and spray paint is like they're kind of hand in hand for me and like a lot of people, but it's just funny how it's like so frowned upon because like the like media back in the day and like how like gangs used to mark their territory and that's like what it was, but really like we're artists, and like that's like our whole thing is like practicing our craft and like for you guys too, it's like not getting shot at and doing something quick that still looks good, and that's super impressive to me. I could count the times I did like something illegal. It's like probably like 3, I don't know. But it's just interesting to me because I come from like a whole different background, like starting on skateboards and shit. Excuse me for my language.
No, you can say fuck. You can say anything you want.
Oh, I can say that one
too? Shit, fuck, whatever you want.
Coño. Damn, there goes another one. But I started that way, and then I remember my first wall in Wynwood was I think like 2008 or something, and I painted this super detailed piece because I was used to spray painting on small surfaces. And they're like, bro, this is your first mural. What's going on here? Why are you getting so detailed? And they're like, for your first spray paint piece, it's like really detailed. And then, I started like hanging out with like these guys and like different graffiti artists that showed me techniques and like how they paint. And, they showed me a lot of love because they were like, wait, you come from where? You don't write? What do you write? I'm like, Daveville. That's my birthday too.
And you guys both have stuff in Wynwood now currently that people can go see, or?
Yeah.
What kind of cool stuff you got there?
I'm trying to think in Wynwood.
Anything that people might know? There's a lot of them, I guess, right?
I got a couple of pieces. I have the baseball player tribute in Wynwood.
Okay. I think I've seen that one.
That's
Fernandez.
Jose Fernandez, Jackie Robinson,
That one's awesome.
Mickey Mantle.
2nd Avenue.
And I got that one there. I got the one from F1 last year still running.
That one's dope.
It's like a Puma with like an F1 car, like pulling up to it.
Wow.
But it's all like magenta and blue, like it's or magenta and teal, like his kind of style is like that.
Yeah,
It's sick.
shit,
I was trying to look at it here, and I don't remember the artist's name, but it was pretty crazy that a dude went and painted one of the arcs of the Miami signature bridge. He put like graffiti up top. Who was it that did that?
It was the 004 guys.
004 guys.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you think they got up there?
They probably left some kind of equipment up. I mean, that's how I would think. But I have no clue. I've thought about that a lot. Like
I heard it was jetpacks, bro. They got jetpacks.
They're way ahead of the
Jetpack?
game.
No, get out of here. No way.
But who are these 004 guys? I mean, like me being from the outside and you guys being in the community, are they someone who does this often, or?
And how many guys keep their identity a secret? Is that another thing that?
A lot of them, I feel. It's
like you just don't see them,
so that they could keep doing their thing. You have to kind of, but me, I'm like always smiling for the camera, like please buy something.
You're past that. You're in, like I said, and what some of the artists were saying here, that it's just more than being an artist. Like you got to promote your shit, you got to sell your shit, you got to, scale your shit. Like it's
the
not
administrative is like the most of it sometimes.
You got to be an entrepreneur.
Do it.
We were talking about one of my buddies here before who owned Racket back in the day, and the Wynwood area. What do you guys think Wynwood's going, man? Like. I'm kind of on the fence about it. Like, yeah, it should be kind of have that mystique, but at the same time, it needs modernization, needs new roads. What do you guys think, bro?
Well, it's like I think it's bittersweet because we all, like, as the artists, I feel like we all knew that would happen.
But they are giving artists walls. Like my cousin, we were talking off the air, a new building, and he does get a wall assigned to where they can do it legally.
Right.
What do you think about that? Like, I want both your opinions on that.
Well, it just depends on the building. Like I think you guys had Golden on not so long ago. They started calling it window
He's
wood.
pissed. He's pissed.
Yeah, he calls
And
it
I was
wood.
like, dude, like,
pissed.
what better way to put it? But at the same time, too, like, I look at that and I love what Golden said. That's my boy. And I look at the buildings going up too, and I'm like, all right, I could look at the negative, which is true, and I'm not denying it. But all the new like homes and businesses that we could paint murals inside of, sell pieces to, like that excites me too. But I'm glad that we were all there when Wynwood started, when it became fun, when it became cool. We took advantage in like a responsible way.
It needs a facelift.
And it does need a facelift. But we all knew that as soon as pay by phone came in, that was it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was
For me,
the
I was like,
indicator. Impressive.
I was like, that's the indicator right there, because I would always find my spots to not pay for parking, and then I was like, it's everywhere. But you know what? That's like you could tell it's getting popular, and like, you know, and then there was like, you know, for years now, it's actually like better paid gigs over the years. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like bigger sponsors come in.
But one of Golden's biggest problems though is that now they control you and what you can and cannot paint. Before he said you were able to like be very free about what you wanted to paint. A naked woman, a black alien, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Now it has to be like corporate paint.
And a gray alien, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I think any money that's gonna help those damn roads and those potholes, because that shit. A lot of my buddies own restaurants, so I do go to Wynwood. I still go in.
Oh yeah.
But brother, like you're going through some hoods there, they're sketchy, and not the exteriors, but the roads.
The roads, yeah.
Because I mean, that to get in and out, like you said, to see some of your artwork, some people are gonna be a little hesitant. And
Yeah. It's like it's funny because like all the people with, like all the developers, like they bring the buildings up, but then like the roads are still really bad.
That's what I'm saying. What's going on there? Like, what do you think? What do you think the future of Wynwood holds?
I personally, I don't mind the direction it's moving in, but I do feel like they've steered away from a lot of like the local artists,
Yeah.
and those are the ones that have built up that neighborhood. You got me? I'd say even more than the developers, right? Because the developers
100%.
are profiting off of kind of what we've built culture-wise, right?
Yep.
So as far as where Wynwood's headed, I hope it sticks to its roots and just like it continues to build on the culture that the local artists have built.
Is another Midtown okay with you?
Absolutely.
Or something similar? Something similar?
Midtown, I don't think
Midtown is
Midtown's
nothing
it.
in
Yeah,
there,
it's
man.
just, you know, residential. There isn't much to look at.
Yeah.
It's cool to go
And
have
it's like
brunch,
3
you know,
blocks.
but
Yeah, exactly. And they just
He
closed.
says it's cool to go brunch, but after that, fuck it.
I just don't have $500 to spend on brunch. That's
Yeah,
the
me
thing.
neither.
That's the thing.
So,
No, I
listen,
hear you.
I mean, this may be silly or not, but you have the artist who did the mural with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler decides to leave,
Take it down.
right? And he decides to change, obviously, the image and like take it down and everything. As an artist, how do you feel about a moment like that, or like, is it like he's representing the city? Just kind of like give me that thought process of why would an artist like do that, or
I think as artists, a lot of times we get we're kind of not forced to, but we're expected to just do things that are visually appealing. And I think as artists we have voices too, right? So like the fact that we're talking about it means that guy did something right, right? Because he gave us something to talk about. We're having
No,
a discussion.
100%. The problem's not the artwork. The problem is the guy in the artwork, you know?
Which one?
Or like a Butler mural or something like that. Somebody that leaves and you do an incredible piece, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen all your guys' stuff, and then you got to take it down because it's got to come down.
But I don't think it should come down, right? Like I think.
down.
Nah, I mean,
disrespected
the artist made it come down though.
He's disrespected
Dade County.
Pat Riley.
You're fucking right.
Said Pat Riley was crying, bro.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you put a
I
coffee
agree.
shop up there. Like
Now that I think about it, take the fucking building
Bro,
down.
right.
dog.
No, hey.
Burn the building,
No,
bro.
and you
I
gotta,
thought-
Don't be talking shit about the Don.
disrespectful that he's crying.
I
bro.
thought we were speaking in general as far as like
No,
what
like,
pieces should
right.
Bro,
how
a
long it
beautiful
should last.
piece. You guys knock out a beautiful piece from whatever, anybody. And like your Jose piece or something like that, something crazy, something bad happens, something toxic, but it's got to come down, though.
Right, yeah.
It's like the LeBron thing, it's got to come down.
I agree. But think about it, like, what if, like, they would have thought like that back in the Renaissance days, right?
They would have
Like,
taken everything down.
Yeah, you know, so I think
Yeah, but
I
you
think
know what
it's
we are,
important.
kid. You know what we are.
Right,
It's
right,
Miami.
No, now we have pictures of it.
Ain't
so
no
it's okay.
fucking horses and knights walking around. You know what I'm saying? You're our artist and shit. We want you to draw the best, but after the shit goes sour, it's like having an ex chick, bro. You out of here.
Delete the photos, bro.
Yeah, you don't keep that shit.
And the best part was immediately Wiggins gets his fucking number.
Yeah, bro, and we can just whatever. I don't want to get into that. I want to highlight these guys. How's the murals going, guys? Are we finished? Dave, you better be finished. I've seen you there fucking 3 days.
Give me 5 minutes, bro.
What about you, D?
5 more minutes.
No, so they kind of asked us to like pace ourselves for it, which has been kind
Right,
of
just stretch it out, right.
It's been fun about this, where we're not, usually when I paint, man, it's just business, so we're
So people can see you too.
no, we're in and out, so on to the next one. So with this one, we got to enjoy the environment, our friends,
Hang out.
just kick it. So it's been a cool vibe. I got maybe about 4 or 3 hours left. Bang it out.
4 or 3 hours.
Of painting?
I got 5 minutes,
painting,
but
yeah.
it's really
You guys have art that's purchasable, right? Because I mean, you're not gonna come
not
paint
on
my
site.
house, but
No, here you're being commissioned. To do it.
how do we make money with all this talent? I guess I want the people to know, like with you guys.
Yeah, they get paid to come out and paint for the 3 days.
Yeah.
Paint a
They got
facade,
daily fee,
paint
yeah.
a structure, a restaurant.
What must suck is like you paint that and then what happens? They tear it apart and bring it down, or
Oh, did they get the check? Who cares, right? They
Yeah,
got the
exactly.
check.
As long as you give us
No,
the
I
check.
care. I
we'll
want
be
the
okay.
art too.
Yeah, but I'm
Bueno,
sure.
cómpralo.
Yeah, I'm sure.
If you're gonna throw it away, bro, I don't know how
I'm
much
sure
value
after
it
they
has.
get the check, they'll find another vision for something else.
Yeah. On to the next one.
Yeah.
On to
Guys,
the next
a
temporary
real
one.
pleasure, man.
Yeah, how do
A
they
real
find you?
pleasure.
How do they find you before we sign off? You, Primo?
At Disem 305.
Disem 305 and Dave.
Dave_L_art.
Dave L. Find out these guys. These guys are legends, and
The West Kendall guys here.
they're the real
you're
deal.
Bueno,
we got
Westchester.
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 against West Kendall, bro.
Westchester, Bobby.
I think
Come on,
West
best
Kendall-
croquetas
I
in
think
Miami.
I think West Kendall's
Pleasure,
looking
man.
better, bro.
Pleasure, you guys. You guys are
Thanks to
amazing.
Disem. Yeah, I agree.
Nah,
Thank you for everything you do, bro. You guys are super community. I appreciate having you guys. Honor.
Pleasure, brother.
Thank you, guys. Let's get a picture. All right, Ed.
All right, we got Mark Burns on. This
Mark,
is
how are you, Mark?
What's going
Probably-
on, fellas? Great to be here.
Great to
a
see you.
pleasure.
Great to see you.
We were waiting for you since Saturday here, so thank you.
Yeah, Mark. Let everybody know who you are.
Listen, I'm nobody. I waited. I saw
Stop.
the commissioners and everybody in line. I was like, all right, let me wait for my chance. So
Nah, but you are one of the more important people here, and tell the people why.
sure. So I'm the executive director of the Coconut Grove Business Improvement District. We do a lot for the local businesses here in the Grove. We try to support them, market them, keep the area clean and safe. And get involved in the community, which is why we're here at the Coconut Grove Arts Festival. We're a big sponsor of the festival, and we love what they're doing, and we love this. It's such a great community event, and
You've done a great
we're all
job,
about
brother.
it.
Great
Yeah,
job,
so
by the way.
a lot of little communities have bid departments.
They do, like down here we've got Wynwood bid, there's Lincoln Road bid, the Gables used to have a bid. So it's something that was created about 15 years ago down here. A bunch of the businesses just got together and decided to form one up, and it's all done through the government and through taxes, and they pay an assessment, and we use those funds to try to localize the government, right? So we help keep the place cleaner, and we get to things a little quicker than the city can, right?
Correct.
Because they have a huge role of people to deal with, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of complaints here and there, so we're able to address the complaints on a micro scale.
Believe it or not, most bids don't do things the right way. I think you guys are some of the ones that do it the right way, and you can tell in the
You can tell
community
the
itself.
execution.
A lot, and the other side of it too, a lot of companies that are part of the Grove, small businesses, don't even realize that there's a bid or how they can use and work with them and how they can help them. For those small businesses out there, and not only in the Grove, for anyone who has a bid in their area, what's the best way, or how can a bid department actually help the local business directly?
Oh, that's a great question. So we have robust marketing channels that we use on social media and things like that. So, when we promote a local business, let's say they have a grand opening or they have like
Tony
a
Abello
special
in the
thing they're
house.
doing. Tony,
We finally got Mark, Tony.
chase him down. We do some reels for them, and we pump it out, and they really notice a difference in the clientele and the people that come. They really have a great day when we do that. And so big thing is promotion. We do events as well, so we'll do not quite the grand scale of this,
Yeah,
right?
but you'll support it.
We support events, right? So we got the Montreux Jazz Festival that's coming up soon. We got the Gifford Stroll Art Walk that's coming up soon. So we try to help the local events. We try to help them build and grow, right? Because ultimately we want people to come to the Grove.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
it's a
all about.
great event. How's it working with that guy at the end over there? Mr. Tony Abello.
I hear great things about him.
It's
So
always great working with Tony.
We believe Tony's cloned. We've seen him in 3 places at once.
You've been talking to my mom, and she's the one that says I'm great. But Montreux, John Baptiste is the headliner.
Yeah.
He's the one that sang the national anthem at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, that's huge.
That's exciting. I'm excited to see that, and that kind of stuff is what makes the Grove cool. And listen, the Grove's always been cool. And then, like everything, it kind of had a little bit of a
little dip. Call it a dip.
Yeah, a little bit of and then the Renaissance post-COVID and right before, and it's really rebounded in a great way. A lot of great buildings, a lot of parking. That's one of the things we talk about. I only talked about parking, but the amount of parking garages that the city has built in the Grove to make parking easier, which is one of the the things that make people say,
I think it's the number one thing people freak out about.
But I'm telling you, there's thousands of amazing parking spaces and parking garages right in the heart of the Grove, and that's why my first apartment, my first house was in the Grove.
Yeah.
My first purchase was here. My boat was in the Grove for 20 years. The Grove is cool, and it continues to be.
Mark, I gotta be honest with you. Tony, we've known for years, and we appreciate everything. Tony was like, "There's gonna be artists, you're gonna interview, but you gotta meet this one guy, Mark Burns." I'm like, "Well, who the fuck is Mark Burns? Like, when is this guy coming? He was supposed to come in yesterday, whatever. You gotta talk to him. Me and Eddie, talk to Mark. Mark's the guy."
I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying?
Tony's straight blowing smoke up your ass.
No, listen.
I'm serious. Tony doesn't hand out many compliments.
But look.
But he was speaking very highly of you.
Here's the thing. The Grove bid, who Mark is really in his responsibility is for the Grove bid to succeed, right? And for that to succeed, the businesses need to succeed. Why? It's in the name. The Grove bid is the Grove Business Improvement District, right? Mark and his office and his team, they are charged with improving the businesses in the Grove. And how does he do that? He's doing that by supporting events. He's doing that by creating events within the Grove.
Yep.
He's creating, marketing programs and plans for the Grove so that the rising tide raises all ships, right? So that all the businesses, whether they're hotels or restaurants or mom and pops, they're all getting more people. And it's not an easy job. Not because that part is not easy. The hard part about Mark's job, and he can't say it, but I will, which is you're dealing with hundreds of business owners, right? And so they're all entrepreneurs. So they're all very, mostly very A-type, very, they're the bosses within their own worlds, and they all, and they all have the best thing, but they all want the best for their business. And Mark has to balance that with, okay, what's the best for all businesses?
It was work. I made a line yesterday. I don't make lines, Mark, because I'm the food guy. 15 minutes to get into a locale to get a burger.
Oh, wow.
I think Ed spotted me walking out. Everything was packed. Everything. Red Farm, everything was packed.
I like to hear that.
I know how you also have a little siloed art festival there too with a free entrance.
Yeah, that's
super
outside,
smart.
Outside
Whoever
the
did that, don't get heated at them. Let them be. It's super cool.
That's St. Stephen's. It's a church. They've been doing it for 30, 40 years. And, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, smart.
Let me take advantage of the 60,000
I thought about
people coming here.
I thought about you from another situation you told me about when I was walking out, and I saw it. I'm like, that's fucking Tony,
but
bro.
That's exactly the beauty of the Grove, right? Is it's not a competitive atmosphere.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like
people. You got to understand, in order to, you got to network, you got to work together, you got to cross promote, right? It's all about helping each other. If my neighbors are failing, if I have businesses that are going out of business, it's not a good look. Even if they're a similar, we got a bunch of Italian restaurants in here. They all know each other. They all love each other. They all try to work together, So hey, if my restaurant's overcrowded, hey, this place is great too. Go on over there. That's the mentality of Coconut Grove.
Are you involved with the future of Coconut Grove? What's upcoming in the next couple of months?
What's your vision the next 5 years?
Well, not so much that, but are there any projects that you can talk about that are upcoming now that you're excited for?
Yeah. Sure. I mean the big ones, right, are the big legacy projects that I'm super excited about, and it's kind of taboo to talk about. So the biggest one is obviously the Playhouse, the Coconut Grove Playhouse, right? It's been
what's the deal with that?
Condemned for 20 years.
Oh wow.
So I'm hopeful that I'm going to all the cultural affairs meetings with the county and trying to just be the squeaky wheel and be in there. Monty and I go together, and we'll go and we just get updates on what's going on, because they're the governing body of the Playhouse. They're the ones that are kind of in control of what's going on there. So, right now there's There's an RFP that just went out for the demolition and shoring up of the historic part of the Playhouse. So we'll see. We'll see if they
coming back as the Playhouse though. As
of course. So the facade, the front facade is going to stay, just so that it'll have that same look and feel that it had when it first opened. But it's my understanding it's going to be a smaller venue. Maybe more of community theater, which won't impact the traffic too much. It'll be there for people to go and see shows. And what I would like to see, not that my opinion matters that much, but is to help community, right? Up and coming producers, up and coming actors that want to come out, and like how great would that be to have, right? This is a place where artists are birthed and artists are they come to grow and learn.
I love that.
Have Coconut Grove be not just, you have the performing arts as well and have them. So, I mean, that's something that I'd like to see, but we'll see what it ends up becoming. But, a big part of it will be a parking garage is what's supposed to be built next to it, right? So additional parking, we were touching on that a little earlier, that's always an issue, right? So the more we get, the better.
If I ask you something, you promise you'll answer?
I can't do that, but
you can't do that?
We can try.
I know that this might be a hard one for you. There's a lot of good stuff around here, but you gotta give me your top 3 restaurants in Coconut Grove.
Oh,
you gotta give to me. And you could even say right now, so the others don't get upset.
Yeah, listen.
Start with your third one.
I can't even go there, man. There's so many. There's so many good ones, and there's so many that I've been here.
3 favorite right now.
I've been here since May, basically. So there's so many that I still haven't even. I mean, we got Vito Carbone that just opened up. I haven't even eaten there. I haven't been there yet, so I can't really. There's so many that I haven't had. Yeah. But some of my favorites. Listen, I love Sapore di Mare. It's
packed
just
yesterday.
Great Italian food, and Matteo there is such a great guy, and I love that hometown feel when you go in there. You got this guy straight from Italy who's
a beautiful restaurant,
right? And you get that owner vibe, right? Yeah. A small restaurant, just that unique vibe. They're one of my favorites there. You put me on the spot. Like Mike, I'm an Italian. I like Italian food, right?
You're Italian?
Like Mike, I'm not Italian, but I do love Italian food. But like Mike is really good Italian food as well, and you get the same kind of experience. Salvatore there is. He makes you feel like you're important, whoever comes in there, and just like he wants to take care of you. When you go into a restaurant that's a small restaurant, right, and you have a problem,
homey vibe.
You have a problem with your table, right, and the owner comes to you, he's like, well, I got here's a glass of wine,
slaps you in the back,
right? And you go to a corporate chain and stuff like that, and the server's in charge, and they just blow you off, and they don't even worry about it, and you have a bad experience, you have a bad taste in your mouth. But when you come to these small hometown unique restaurants, it's just their goal is to take care of you, and it's just a wonderful thing.
All right, and your favorite, give me something good.
Oh, I'm not going in order. I'm just naming.
Yeah, sure you're not.
Give us one more.
One more. Let's see.
Or give us a
I think you gotta.
Omakai sushi is really good. It's the sushi is really high quality.
I've been there.
You know what's funny is Mark's talking about these restaurants, and they're all like nice, mid-level to high-end restaurants. When you ask the question, and I'm thinking my top 3, I'm like, okay, Burgers Locale. I'm thinking about Mr. O1 Pizza.
Yeah.
Like, we're just in different tax brackets.
It's crazy.
I wish. Mark's like, like these nice fancy restaurants. Yeah. The owner serves you and feeds you, and like, shit, I don't even know what that is.
Hey, listen, Mark, are there any new businesses now that are now in the Grove that you want to give a shout out to, that are doing a good job?
Go back. There we go.
Little technical difficulty there.
Any new businesses right now?
Yeah, besides restaurants, like what other businesses are really popping off in the Grove?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, we got robust retail boutiques all over the Grove that are selling, high-end merchandise. Palm Produce is a great one that's been around. They sell a lot of activewear and things like that, and they have. I was wearing a lot of their stuff yesterday, kind of promoting them a little bit, and they, their vibe is off of the historic seaplane base. So they have a lot of history in there. You got the seaplanes in there, and they have the Pan Am stewardesses in the window and the mannequins and things like that. So that's a cool place.
Yeah, it's a cool place too. What about the market? little market that pops up there every Saturday or something?
Yeah.
A
There's
farmer's
a
market.
cool farmer's
Yeah.
market that comes out there.
I think it's packed.
I
man.
went and visited out there. Technically, that's outside of the
Yeah,
bid,
it's outside
of the
but
bid.
it's
I know, but
it's
part of
it's really cool. People love it, and then they come into the bid. So it's not only about supporting us. We try to support
get them on their
businesses
feet.
outside of outside of the bid as well, right? Because we all help each other, right? It's a neighborhood.
And I'm glad. Is my buddy Fade Masters in the bid, Vinny?
Vinny is in the bid.
Yeah,
And he's
been
my
on-
boy. He's my
Yeah.
boy.
Good guy.
He's the best barber in Miami, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just saw him the other day. They
Just got married. Shout out to Vinny.
Wonderful. Congrats, Vinny.
Yeah,
But
Fade
he-
Masters. I come
yeah.
from Palmetto Bay to get my fade at Fade Masters.
Any place where you can get some scotch while you're
Yeah,
having your
and a
your-
nice little
your
beard.
beard trim, you're good to go. So
You also
yeah.
got a legendary staple there, Flanagan's.
Oh, here we go.
Flanagan's is I go there a lot for lunch.
I love Flanagan's.
I like to talk
Yeah.
about the high-end restaurants, but I'll go get.
Do
that
you like the
6.99,
wings at Flanagan's?
Are you a wing fan?
Yeah, they're fire.
You-
for sure.
They're fire? You
sure.
think so?
I do. I
Well,
like them.
It's weird.
There's
I like 'em.
Kiko and his one-man campaign against Flanagan Wings.
No, I got
You know what I was thinking the other day? How awesome would it be for Flanagan's to have like a high-end offshoot, like where you go in with
Listen to
napkins
me. That
and
thing went
stuff.
viral. 'cause
Yeah.
of the- 'cause
Isn't
of
that Big Daddy's right
Yeah.
next door?
Yeah.
No.
That's a liquor store.
No, but
That would be cool.
That pod went viral when I asked Caballo about the wings.
So we had an influencer, Caballo, a friend of ours, that was on, and he says whatever he just said
I asked
that
him
the rumors
question.
were.
I asked him the question about the wings.
Yeah.
I go, what are your top 3 wings? And then I said, don't say Flanagan's. Like, they're good, but they're not my number 1. He's like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Flanagan's microwaves their wings.
Yeah.
False statement, but Ed can tell you the rest.
No, so supposedly
It tells you the
a
rest.
chef had told him during COVID, hey, they got microwaves in the back. They just heat them up and put them up. I love Flanagan's wings. I don't know how that's true. However, that's besides the point. The craziness that this has gotten to
Yeah.
is that now Flanagan's has table tents on their tables that say, fun fact, we do not have microwaves in our kitchen.
Well, listen, Jimmy.
That's you got that.
Have you
shows
guys?
your
Have you,
influence,
hey,
right?
have you
Yes,
guys met
that was
Jimmy?
crazy.
Jimmy's a mensch. He is like he inherited that was like really a mom and pop, started from the ground up. His dad and his family, they're family people. They do have like a central commissary. That's why whenever you go to any Flanagan's,
I didn't know
everything
this.
tastes the same.
Yeah.
And everything is consistent.
It's very
because
consistent.
They have a big like mantra about the quality control. And I know you guys don't think they're great, but you can't go wrong with Flanagan.
Can't go
wings.
wrong. It's-
And
for me,
baby
you
back
can't beat
ribs.
the price
Yes,
and
you
the
could go
quality.
to hometown. and
Listen,
you could-
bueno,
but
bonito y barato.
and you could get there. You could get in. It's affordable. I think
I
the
love
wings are-
Flanagan's.
It's
I
Old
just,
Faithful.
The wings are
But
my
you're telling
favorite.
us that you
Where
can
are
bring him
your
on or
favorite
what?
wings?
Yeah,
Can
man,
you
I
bring
can
him
get
on?
one.
I would love to
Mine-
talk to him.
Currently, right now, my favorite wings are hole in the wall.
Wait, but I'll probably have to sit
or
between you
Corbett's.
guys.
Yeah, it's
In
fine.
Palmetto
I
Bay.
I love the
And
fan.
Sports Grill. Those 3. Anything special grill with a little
It'll be good to
sauce.
put them with Caballo.
But again, it was something that just was completely
I
taken out of
love
content,
wings.
and it
Yeah, and it went viral. And I think it was funny for a bit, and they did a great job with like spinning it on us,
Yeah.
So it was interesting.
And going back to the restaurants, like we could talk about the best food and everything, but the best view is Bellini, top of Mr. C. I'm telling you right now, you want to impress somebody, have a lunch meeting up there.
Yeah.
You're looking over
Or
the
do
bay.
a podcast up there.
Well,
Yeah.
we could do it. You're looking over the bay, the sailboats, the tree-lined street, the marine. It is unbelievable up there, and the food's wonderful, and the rooms are great, and everything is good there.
Top
but,
quality.
But the views from up there are you'll close the deal.
It's like serene.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, Mark. Tony's right pretty much 95% of the time. 100% about you, brother. You've been a class act and a great guy.
All right, thank you.
I
Thank
hope
you
to
so
work
much.
with you in the future. There's some big
Yeah,
plans that
you got my
hopefully
card.
you can give us a little cool opportunity in some of your stuff, and I want to be in the bid.
For sure,
I
we'd
wanna-
love to have you guys do this in some of our events. and
Excellent.
stuff like that.
Would
you
love
know,
to.
coming
I'm
up.
excited
More than
about
happy
it.
to. And we're gonna make it better next time.
For sure.
Yeah, this is our first
This is
one.
our
We
first.
get better as everything goes. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Mr.
hey,
Brad.
hey,
All right, guys, we made it, Ed. The final pod here
We saved the best for last.
at the Coconut Grove.
A lot of people have actually talked to us about you
Yes,
Yes.
Art Festival here, the 61st
and your
year.
importance.
Camille
It says-
Marchese is who?
I'm the executive director.
Executive director, so the big boss.
I heard you're the one that we need to grease up when we want to get an artist in here.
Yes.
We don't do that. No artist gets in without being juried
Are
properly.
you
Yeah.
the judge, though?
No.
Judge, jury,
I-
and executor.
Okay, are you the
No.
jury administrator?
I do administrate the jury, but I actually hire people from around the country.
Oh, wow.
I don't do local because I don't want anybody being prejudiced for or against anyone they may know here.
Good point.
So it's a blind jury. The judges are across the country. We do it virtually. We do it together, but we do it virtually. They don't know the name. They don't know the race. They don't know the sex. They could be from Martian and they could be orange. We wouldn't know. You know, it's all about the art.
What I do know, before I continue, is I feel a little bit swagged out by your dress and glasses. Normally, I'm the guy with the
glasses
nice shirt
are hitting. The glasses
and the
are
glasses,
nice.
But I think you win right now.
You know,
I love your glasses.
Thank you. They're
very, very, very Coconut Grove-ish.
You know, you got to look the part, right?
Yes, you do.
How? Go ahead. Ed.
No, I was gonna say, can you? I've heard from other people how the process works, but I suppose that you're gonna be the one who can maybe give us the most detail.
Sure.
Can you explain to us like timelines, when it starts, when you start accepting, how does it work? Like I know it's a grueling process. You know, I've heard you get over 1,000 people submitting, and you select only 450 or so.
No.
200?
No. 240.
240.
We start off, I mean, honestly, I've already started rewriting the application for this summer.
Okay.
The application will go live on July 1st or 4th or thereabouts, beginning of July. And we get applications all summer from artists across the country. We select, 42 people are automatically invited back. Those are the award winners. You see all the flags around here? That's the award winners.
Oh, I didn't notice
Those people
that.
are automatically back in the show.
Okay.
So we have a cap of 285 artists because, you know, that's plenty. It's
That is
not
a lot.
about quantity, it's about quality.
Correct.
So that's really important for us. So 285, so we basically have to select about 240 out of the 1,100, 1,200 applications that we get.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty impressive to be here. You know?
It is.
Everybody has said that it's like the place to be.
Yeah, and in the process, do you have any insight on the judging? What do they look for? Is it like detail, or can you give us a little bit of feedback on like what they actually look for?
They're looking for excellence. They're looking for artistic excellence. You know, the applicants, their artists, submit 4 images of their work and 1 image of their booth shot. And I know it sounds crazy, but the booth shot's actually very important because that's a level of professionalism.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we're looking for, these are professional artists. These are not hobbyists that are creating in their garage at night, right?
Yeah.
This is how these people make their living. So their booths should look like it's basically a little mini store.
Yeah, and they've done a good job here.
They are.
You know?
Well, you know, and a lot of these people also have work hanging in galleries, but the truth is, they're not going to see 80,000 people in a weekend in a, this is just way more exposure than they're going to get in a gallery.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful way for them to make, it's an alternative lifestyle for sure. And it's not easy, you know, but it is really fulfilling.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter started painting. I gave her an art set at 8 years old.
Nice.
And she got a scholarship to Gulliver. And then she graduated Gulliver now. She's going to New York. She got a scholarship to go to New York. So she's doing architectural design, and she paints in New York. And when I told her I was here, I used to come here when she was little, and we always buy art for her.
Sure.
And she's like, I can't believe you're having a setup there now. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I would love for her to submit her artwork.
Well, we actually have something that would be perfect for her. It's an emerging artist program.
Oh, wow.
And it's a 2-year program because, you know, we want young people to be able to carry on this tradition when we're gone. So our emerging artist program, we get about 40 applications for that. We select up to 12. And the first year they mentor. We teach them everything from how to load a vehicle to with their work to, you know, how to put up a tent.
Yeah.
They work alongside. They get mentored by about 6 different artists over the course of the weekend. And then, you know, those that decide they want to continue on, the next year they're in a tent. And it's their first art show experience. So if you go down to 27th and Bayshore, you'll see a tent that says emerging artist.
Nice.
We have 10 people in there from last year's program.
Good. Wow.
That's their graduation. So it's a 2-year.
So she's already started making money with art.
There you go.
She's, you know, the other day she showed me somebody hired her to do these like plates for Thanksgiving, and she painted the person's face in an abstract format of each family member.
Perfect.
And she $900 to do plates.
Well, wow. The difference is, so have some of these young people, but this is not like, they don't teach this in art school.
Yeah.
They don't teach how to set up a booth, how to market yourself, how to talk to
Entrepreneur
people.
side.
Yeah. Yes. And that is what this program does. It teaches them how to do this specifically. Doesn't teach them how to do art. We're not looking for that. That's not our job. It's about the economics and the business of doing this.
And that's a really important component to that, because you're going to be a great artist, but if you don't know how to market yourself, you're kind of dead in the water. You know?
Yeah,
exactly.
You gotta be able to sell it.
You gotta be able to sell it. I mean, unless you're like, you have such great art that when you pass away, then it becomes like nice, and then everybody.
Yeah, but then it's too late.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the temperature on the art going day 3? How's it going for you? What do you see? You see like it's been nice?
Oh my gosh, it's really amazing. I'm talking to artists that literally. I'm sorry, my headphones are slipping.
Make it smaller.
I'll make it smaller for you. Don't worry.
Okay, thank
I got you. Tiny head. You're not big heads like us.
Oh no,
You're okay there?
But I'm talking artists, like one of them's from Jupiter, and she sold out so much she had to go up home to go get more from her studio.
Really?
I'm talking to artists that are telling me it's the best show they've had in 10 years. Somebody told me it's the best show they've ever had in their career, and they're a 20-year artist.
Yeah,
we heard a lot. We heard a lot
from money. It's
a motivator.
They're definitely doing well, right? And since this is how they make their living, like this show can sustain them for a few months.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Talking about money, do you guys have like a record for like the most expensive art piece sold here in this ever, or no?
We really don't ask the artists those questions,
But like off the top of your head,
anything you've heard?
Oh my gosh, I've seen $25,000 paintings go, But I've also seen $40 mugs. I mean, there's everything here. There's something for everyone.
Yeah, so there definitely is something for everyone.
Yeah.
How do you think we've done so far these 3 days? Because you're a big part of that, us being here.
I think you've done a great job. I mean, I think it's a great use of this stage. I think it's fun to have you, and I've really enjoyed the interviews that I've heard so far.
We love fun. I was going to ask you, how did you get into your role? How do you become?
How did you become la directora?
You speak Spanish?
No.
She knows what I said.
La directora.
I know a little bit.
She knows what I said.
It is, quite honestly, my mother used to take me to art shows when I was a little kid, much like you. And I would come here, and I wanted to be an artist, and then I realized very quickly that I don't have that skill set.
That ain't me.
But I could actually be able to help people do this. So I was lucky enough to go to school in a town that has one of the top 10 art festivals in the country. So I started volunteering at the Winter Park Sidewalk Art Festival in 1984. So I have, because I'm old. And, oh yeah.
But you look good. You look good.
Thank you. I don't care. I've been volunteering forever. And then about 12 years ago, this is actually kind of a fun story. 12 years ago, I came down here with a friend of mine who owned the t-shirt company. He said, hey, can you help me sling t-shirts at Coconut Grove? Like, sure. So I came down here and realized that somebody got paid to do this. So I went back to the festival I've been volunteering with, learned everything I possibly could because I wanted to be the executive director of the Coconut Grove Arts Festival.
That
it
is
was
incredible.
I set my
That was
sights.
your vision.
I manifested this, and Monty and I became friendly because I ended up purchasing the t-shirt company, so I knew him that way.
So you're also an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and I've had several small businesses, but so when Monty needed help, he would call me and say, what do you do when an artist is this, or what do you do in this situation? And I was like, Monty, if you need some help, and he said, dear, send me your resume. So we talked, we chatted, and I said, okay, well, Monty, when you're ready to retire, I want your job. And they hired me, and I've been here now for 4 years.
That's incredible.
This is my first year on my own. Monty retired, so
you think finally.
And the first year on your own, and it's the best year
Monty's such a
of the arts festival. So,
are you gonna get now the Camille Mobile?
No, I don't need that because I'm actually working, right? Like,
so you're saying Monty doesn't work?
No, Monty works.
Monty's supervising.
I'm just kidding.
Monty
I just thought it rhymed. Camille Mobile would be
Camille
perfect.
Mobile would be really fun.
Actually, listen, now we gotta kind of have to do a Camille Mobile.
I want mine. I want mine.
Even if you paint it like Camille Mobile.
Oh my gosh,
that's a good idea.
I think
all right,
be great.
so we're gonna have a Camille Mobile.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I take full credit for the name.
I love it.
That's great.
I love it.
That's
I
great.
like
Where
how
do
you
you? Okay,
think
so
it.
you're in year 4. I believe the dip started to come back
after COVID. No, after COVID, it went. The festival
no. But
went
I'm
down
saying,
a bit, no?
but I think the last 4 years, it's been on the way up. Because I was
Correct.
talking to Tony about it. Like there was a little bit where nobody would come. They didn't even know it was still around. And I think the last 3 or 4 years, now that you say that you've been on here, I do see some changes and betterment, especially at Peacock, the way things are set up. Like it's got a better vibe.
I think the challenge is you can there are event people, and then there are art event people.
Yeah.
And there's a difference, right? And I think I think it's important that you have somebody that understands art festivals, because these aren't vendors here, you know.
Right.
And adding more doesn't make it better. It actually diminishes it.
I agree.
And you know, I just Monty hired me because I was with a very successful show, even though I was a volunteer.
Because you know what you're doing.
And so it's been a struggle, you know. I mean, my applications have come up every year though, and I mean, I get the biggest thrill when an artist comes back that hasn't done this show in 10 years. You know, or
They come
you know,
back. That means you're doing something right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will tell you, if you guys decide to add more artists, it's an easy solution. Every 3 or 4 booths, just put a liquor stand, and you're gonna sell more art than you've ever sold in your life.
That's true.
Well, the key is to have the quality of art, though, right?
Yeah.
It's not about it's not quantity, it's quality.
Yeah.
And we are definitely a high quality show.
100%. Every artist that we've had here has been very impressive what they've been able
And
to
they've
do.
sold
you know,
stuff.
and they've sold a lot.
Because that's the biggest key. They sold stuff.
I've asked this to like a lot of the event people here. I'm curious to know from your point of view, what is the most difficult part of operating this event? What would you say for 3 days? What was the most challenging, difficult part of operating the event?
I mean, every year it's a slightly different challenge, you know. Last year we had the rain. That was a challenge. Load in is a little stressful because it's a tight footprint we have. So this year, though, it went pretty smoothly. Every year, just something different pops up. I mean, we had, unfortunately, people parking at the marina that were going to be towed, so that was the stress this year, you know.
Yeah.
There's just always something. It's going to vary. This year, I mean, I'm getting a lot of calls about ticket pricing, so that's been challenging. Yeah.
35, right?
Too expensive?
Well, the locals that used to come in here for free 20 years ago, it's too much. But when you really think about it, 20 years ago, eggs were 98 cents. Now they're 8. My rent was $700. Now it's $3,000.
Yep.
You know, I mean, and the cost of doing this has been it's 22% over last year. So, you know, it's a not-for-profit. We give a lot of money to charity.
Yep.
We have $75,000 worth of scholarships that
you
we
guys
give
give
out.
out.
Sorry about that. You know, but it's not about us making money because I have a not-for-profit salary.
Yeah.
It's not about that. We're not being greedy. We're giving something to the community and to the artists, but we can't do it for free.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't understand the difficulty and how much money it takes to throw an event like this, you know. And it may not seem like it, but there's a lot of like little detail-oriented things that go into place, you know.
Totally,
even from the cleaning and the security, you know.
Totally.
Without a
Something
doubt.
as simple like that, you know.
Without a doubt.
But you guys have done a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
Phenomenal job. I give it up to you guys.
I'm pretty darn proud
you know.
of our beast.
You should be. You
I
really
am.
should be. And I'm actually excited for next year too. You know, I know it's you know we're finishing today, but it's impressive what you guys have going on here, and it's a very nice family-oriented event that we don't have a lot of in Miami.
No.
You know, I think we need more of these type of events in the city. Miami's and you know what's interesting about you guys? You close at 6, right before the craziness starts to happen.
Yeah.
You know, so you're hanging out, drinking. You know, at 6 o'clock, okay, you gotta go home. That's it.
They cut you out right before you get loose.
Well, we'd have to bring in lighting, you know, because this is a city street. We close down Bayshore, so we would have to bring down. I mean, there are art festivals that are open until 10. But the artists really don't have great sales because at that point they're not. It's not really about art.
Or maybe keep the stacks open for a little bit.
Yeah, but keeping the stacks open is kind of cool.
Yeah.
We
I
did
love
that
it.
yesterday. They kept them open for an extra half hour, and that was really awesome.
I love it.
So we really like that. The sailing club right over there really enjoyed that. They got some.
And
great
you promise,
music for
and you
little
promise this stage to us again next year, right?
while. I promise it to you.
Yes, you heard that, Ed.
Now we'll have to.
La directora made the call.
I think this is an excellent use of this stage.
Thank you, I appreciate it. We're so honored.
Another question before you go to the last one. Any advice that you have for any artist out there that's trying to make it, you know, and trying to break through, or maybe even wants to be a part of this event and sees this, and you know, maybe to them it's not something that they can do. Would you have any advice for or someone who wants to take your position in art?
Well, I would love to be grooming somebody to take my position because I am not going to be Monty. I am not going to be here when I'm 89. I'm going to be retired some south of France or someplace.
Yeah, good.
But, you know, as far as artists getting into the show, I think the key is for them to have good slides, have a great booth shot. You know, call me, I'll help you through it. There are plenty of mock juries out there that can help guide them. The key is the work, you know, and I do say for young artists that really haven't done shows like this, they should look at our emerging artist program because they come out of that ready to go. 2 of our people were in Beaux Arts. One of our people is actually in the Winter Park Sidewalk Art Festival in March, and that show is even tougher to get into than this one. So yeah, they come out of this ready to go.
Yeah, and it's a grind. No, you got to go to this festival, and if you really want to hit it, you got to go to all the festivals countrywide.
You gotta, I mean, you have to. Some of these people can make do with 6 to 10 shows a year, and some of them are out there doing 22.
Wow.
But it's a grind. It's hot. We had 7 artists go down with heat stroke during setup.
No way.
Yeah,
Wow.
because it's
yeah, they're not from here.
They're not from here.
I'm looking at Kiko. I think he's getting a heat stroke right now.
No, I'm a Miami boy, but you're right. Those Northerners, they're not used to it.
They're not, and
They're not.
it is not that easy to put up those tents by
100%,
yourself.
100%.
Right? So you have to be a little bit of everything. But the program is a great way.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I want to thank you personally on my behalf for having us here. For me and my partner, this has been an incredible experience to be somewhere that we grew up and to be center stage. I'm not gonna lie, it's nice. And the response we've gotten has been overwhelming. The artists that we've interviewed has been incredible. Meeting you has been amazing, even though you beat me in the glasses today. I'll get over it. But I just want to thank you, and I think you did an outstanding job, and I want to congratulate you if somebody hasn't already.
Thank you.
So-
That means a lot to me.
Yeah, because you don't hear it a lot, and you know what I'm saying, and you're probably the boss, and people see you, they walk the other way because they don't want to. But I'm telling you now that you did an amazing job, and I have seen the difference in the 3 or 4 years that you've been director. So if that is you, I've seen that because the dip that we talk about is over. And I think you got
We're back, baby.
another 40, 50-year run. So I'm not an artist, but I can definitely talk shit on a microphone, and I would love to be back. So I want to thank you.
Absolutely.
And I'm honored to meet you, Camille.
I'm honored as well.
And the Camille Mobile is coming.
Thank you so much. It's been a joy, boys.
For me and Ed, it's been an amazing time. I want to say my piece. I want to thank all our fans that came by, Camille that gave us the opportunity. It's been 3 days. A lot of people say that it's been hard, but it hasn't. I want to thank Jesse, our producer, Ben, the creator. Without these 2 young Skywalkers, we couldn't do it. Ed, you know I love you more than life, brother.
I love you guys too.
I
want to get the hell out of here
Not
now.
only do I think you're
And
attractive,
I want to go hang out with my family.
but I want to thank you, and next year we'll be out here. So signing off for a day in Miami, I'm Kiko Suarez, he's Eddie Moya, and we out of here.